Lizard. Lizard. Lizard.
All right, listen up. Listen up, listen up. Ads haven't even played yet, and stuff is happening. If you have not been hit, ads will happen here shortly, okay? Just a heads up. They last for 3 minutes. I'm obviously not going to start games in the next 3 minutes.
Lizard.
So you'll be fine. Oh, my Lanta. Syndrome, thank you for the subs, dude. Honorable, thank you for the biddies, homie. My word. Spirit, what's up, dude? Nocturnal, thank you for the 13. Thank you, thank you. Griff, thank you for the 6. Blue Skylar, thank you for the biddies. Syndrome, thank you for the 10 months. Wolf, 4 months. Better Cruise, thank you for the 3. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Honorable, what the hell is going on? All right. Okay, wait, are ads playing right now? Because now it's saying that they start in like 3 minutes. Oh, it might have automatically paused them. Oh. I think it paused them. Okay. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, friends. I'm going to do them right now. So we have an hour of Phas with none of this happening. Okay. I'm running them now. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. If you were already hit by them, I am so sorry. You're about to get hit twice. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I don't know what I've done. It's just weird sometimes, dude. It's just weird sometimes. I don't know why it happens, but it does. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Honorable, thank you, friend. Baseball King, thank you for the 2. Hello, friends. Hi. Nice clip today. Tide, you know, whether I was dressed up as a turkey or not, it felt like that moment had to be shared. So I shared. It was too good. The timing of that could not have been any better. So in good form, I posted it. Joe, thank you for the subs. Ninja, thank you for the 19. Hello. First time in a long time able to catch the stream. What's up, Ivory? Hello. Love the intro. Got several games. Oh, yeah. My goal of that is to not leave it as is. My goal of that intro is to have it as such where I can add games, switch games out. So hopefully I can go back to the artist and say, hey, remove these games and now let's make scenes with these games. And then that way it's interchangeable and I can keep changing it as time goes on. That's the hope. So we'll see how it goes. Honorable. What the hell, dude? Hi, Serpent. How are you? Anybody else getting hit by like the weather? Like headaches or anything like that? Dude, I don't know. Today I felt it, man. Like my head is telling me like, hey, it's going to snow soon. The air pressure has been wild. I don't know what it was. Yeah, everything. Yeah, I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling it too. Hate it. Same. Absolutely same. Sindra. Oh, wait, no. Sid. Thank you for the 2, dude. Oh, you got, okay. Yeah. Sickness and flu. That's definitely something else, but it's still something to deal with, right? Ears and sinus and throat. Me, it's right there. It's right there. Snowstorm here Tuesday. We're supposed to get hit Tuesday. Samesies. Ads are over in like 50 seconds. 50-ish. 50-ish. Callie, thank you for the biddies. Wolfie, thank you for the 9 months. In the UK, our weather just changed. Just changes every single time. Caught a few things and all, not helping us out at all. Oh, with the weather change. Oh, yeah. Courtney! My God. It is a chill Sunday. Currently under the weather with a cough. Stop being sick. Knock it off. Putting up the tree. We have our tree up. I don't have mine in here. I always wait till the first stream of December to put the tree back here. So I will have that. I kind of want to add a little bit more decoration to the room this year, but I don't know what yet. I don't know. Not that cold. Here it was. Was. I don't know if it's that cold outside right now. I've kind of been a cave dweller today. Yeah. Kind of been a cave dweller. Do I like snow? You know, I like the idea of snow, but then I end up having to travel in it in a bunch, and then I hate it. So if I don't need to go anywhere, snow's fine. If I do, knock it off. Garland, maybe. I was thinking about that. Yeah, garland with maybe some lights on it or something. You know, like the way someone else decorates. Just saying. Nine Tails, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Could be. Could be. Oh my goodness gracious. What is happening? What the hell is going on? Thank you guys for the primes. Rotten, Share Flow, Amber. Is snow or rain better? Well, you know, it's hard to say. It's hard for me to answer that because when it rains here, unfortunately, we have a problem with our yard right now. It's been a problem we've had for a while where the water gathers in one spot and it does not leave. And our sump pump pumps out to that area too. So it's just an endless river. So we're trying to get it fixed. Maybe one day. It's expensive. Tuna, thank you for the 2 months. Splash, thank you for the 29. My God. Chelsea, fucking resub day? What is happening?
Lizard.
I change the theme every year. This year we went with ice. So white guard. Oh, you changed like the Christmas decoration stuff. Oh, that's a cool idea. Man, that's a lot of investment. That's a lot of thought and time. Free river. Yeah, I guess. I don't want it though. No, thank you. I'll pass. Unfortunately, our yard where it is, like the other yards kind of downhill slope to our yard and go through it. So if any water gathers, our neighbor kind of an asshat sometimes where they're like, oh, I'm getting water in my yard. No shit, dude. That's called gravity. Cue Bill Nye. It's like, there's nothing I can do. If I accept all the water responsibility, then we have to deal with all of it. When if he just lets it naturally go through, it will disperse. But he won't allow the things to happen. 35. There is. I don't know how long that lasts, though. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it lasts. Hey, Skills, welcome in. How are you? My goodness gracious. Shadow, thank you for the 4 months. Chloe, thank you for the sub. All right, cool. Hey, Avery, how are you? What's up, Taylor? Sad boy, hello. Realized a year ago my brother introduced me to your stream. Oh, hey, let's go. Well, big old thanks to your brother. Is it really going to be, you know, it's hard to say, Juju. I was almost thinking of doing randoms. So I don't know if it'll be that cozy. Maybe not. Katie, thank you for the subs. Holy night. Here in Denmark, we always get snow in November and January, never December. Why are we so unlucky? We haven't had snow on Christmas and I'm an East Coast, so I don't know. It's been a few years since we have. I don't know how long it's been exactly. It's always cozy here. Are you sure this? Are you in the right stream? Illumino, there might be somewhere else. Back-to-back prison APOC. Stop it. And it will too, and it will frustrate me. And I'll get annoyed and I'll quit. Callie, thank you for the gifted to Toy Trista. Withering Witch, hi friend. I bet the neighbor likes snow more than the rain then. Yeah, probably. I would guarantee it. Listen, dude, if I have a problem in my yard, that's fine. As long as it doesn't affect them. Because in a way, I feel bad that something that's kind of being caused by me is happening to them. And I don't want that to happen. My yard could look like absolute trash. As long as it's not touching theirs, that's fine. Ours doesn't look like trash, by the way. Their yard is like yellow all year round, while ours is green. I'm just saying. That's no cause of my own. I have someone that helps me with that. But I'm just saying. So if anything, we helped water their yard and made part of it green. And they were bitching because the rest of their yard was yellow. That they did. They caused it. We're just here to help, brother. Good God. New to Phas game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're new to Phas, there's a lot to learn, friend. There's a lot to learn. A lot to pick up. Just take it in pieces, man. Yeah. Iron Lady, I don't know. Ours is green. And it's fine, dude. You know, listen, my neighbor behind me, they're great. I love them. They're so awesome. Their family's so nice. We run into like randomly, we'll like run into each other. in the backyard if he's out there with his kiddos or if he's working. He has like a garden. He has like a really cool garden. And we interact with him a bunch. And then the neighbor over here, there's always a problem. I don't get it. Chris, thank you so stinking much, dude. Honorable, what the hell is happening? All right, I'm going to go ahead and open Phaz so we can get kicking. Hi, Alpha. How are you? Yeah. Has it started? No, not yet. It's supposed to snow on Tuesday. Not yet. It's getting there, man. It's a gamble with Ohio weather. I believe you. No, don't just watch me. Absolutely not. No, I would say you should watch many. No, I think watching many is actually more beneficial than just watching one. You learn different strategies and you learn what strategies works for you because not everyone's strategy is going to be the best for you. My strategies, what I do, might not be the best for every single person. So you might like a different play style and you don't know what the play style is yet because you haven't seen it. So if you watch multiple different types of creators or whatever it may be, you watch people play and you go, oh, okay, I like that way better. You're watching Dave, you're watching Nuka Dave, and you love the fact that he's doing this like crazy high gameplay on 15 times all the time. You're going to learn more like of that strategy with him than you would with me. So find the ones that you like. Not everyone's going to have someone that is their cup of tea. I think that's something that creators struggle with a lot is they think that they need to appeal to everybody, and you're never going to appeal to everybody. Ever. It's not going to happen. You're going to have people that don't like you. You're going to have people that want the worst for you. The thing is, you just have to not give a shit about them. Not care about the people that are here for you. Stop giving a shit about the people that want the worst for you. What do they matter? Would you take their advice for life? No. Then why the hell are you listening to them now? Live mid Michigan. Oh, Michigan, I'm sure you guys get crushed. You have to be crushed. Is Nuka Dave's Hi Dave sound blurb your voice? That is correct. Yeah, he came in one day and he said, hey, would you mind if I used your voice when you said hi to me earlier as my alert? I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So now every time I go into his stream, I hear too, hi, Dave. Solo today? Yeah. It's a dream of mine to go to Michigan to go snowmobiling. That'd be sick. That'd be pretty fun. Uptown. Hello, Uptown. 67 months. What the hell? Uptown, that's a long time. That's a really long time, friend. Trish, thank you for the 4 months. Kylie, thank you for the 7. Hello. Thank you guys for the hype train. Holy shit. New to Phaz, have played for like 10 days or something. Again, you will find your style faster than you think. Quicker than you think. And you'll find people that I think appeal to that. Yeah. Be right back. Gotta stop. Oh, you're good. Stop at a rest stop to pee. Wait. Are you driving? Honorable? You listen here, bucko. Phoenix, welcome in. How are you? Steffi, thank you for the biddies. Hello, friends. Yeah, today, listen, man, coming off of like multiple dressing up streams and all kinds of different stuff, today was definitely meant to be a Sunday chill day. Sunday chill day. Hey, HM, how are you? Proud of myself that I figured out a Pulte and then a Hantu right away last night. Oh, nice. You mean like when they were hunting? Friends and I want to play, but my computer doesn't support Phaz. Interesting. What about your computer doesn't meet the requirements? How do you get pictures in the truck? If you take photos, you have pictures in your truck. It's the last 10 photos that were taken by you or someone in your lobby. The last 10. So even though the journal will only carry so many, the last 10 will show up here. Yep. Yeah. Bella, thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Raindrops. Hello. My goodness. So many peeps. Oh, you have a MacBook. Okay. Well, no. I think what you're saying is incorrect. You're saying that your computer can't do it. Yes, it can. You just have to boot it in Windows. Yeah. You just can't do it with the OS. You can't do it with the Mac OS. You have to do Windows. So boot camp, get Windows, boot camp your Mac into Windows, and then you can play Phaz. I have done it before. Hi, Tika. How are you? For mine, it never does. That doesn't show up on the truck. Console players, do you guys have photos in your truck? Is it a console thing? Tuna sandwich. Oh, I love tuna sandwiches. They're so good. We do. Okay, then if you don't. So some of you do and some of you don't? I would understand if it was a like, okay, console doesn't save those photos anywhere. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, if you don't, only the people that don't, what console are you on? Only the people that don't. PS5, 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 Xbox. Okay, then I got nothing. I got nothing. It's a mixed bag between both consoles. Some of you do and some of you don't. I don't have a reason. I could ask why you guys might not have photos. And you guys have taken photos, right? It shows as you click on the game, it will show there. Wait, what? What? Didn't know we got them. Oh, yeah. Oh, some of you might not have looked. You might not know that this exists. Because I'm sorry, but if you're playing the game, you don't think, okay, I got to go run to the truck in the lobby. PS5 and have them. Are you checking after the match? If it's a fresh lobby, I don't have them. Oh. Oh, it only, okay. Ooh. So does it only save the photos for you guys once you've played the game for that day? It doesn't save them forever? Interesting. Oh, Pastor Princess. Okay. 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 That's fine. Hi, Arsen. Happy Sunday, friend. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Playing alone. So, oh, playing alone today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes more sense because there's nowhere for it to save. That makes sense. So for console players, you guys have nothing when you load in the game first thing for the day. But after you play a game and you take photos, then it populates. And then I imagine that disappears for the next day. Ah, save to memory and not for storage. Yep. Yep. There we go. Okay. That makes sense. Wish we could have a nice little scrapbook of our photos. I agree. A little journal that's right here or something like that. A little book that you can open up and see the photos, and you can save photos that are your favorites. If you take really funny or crazy photos or like actual video clips and you can play them back in the lobby. Wish list. Wish list. The Xbox app is where you can get them too. Oh, the photos. Okay. Interesting. I'm still confused why there's a delete limit for media. It's so that way you can't just snap willy-nilly. Imagine if there was no delete limit and you have a ghost that's hunting and you're just snapping photos, looping it over and over and over, and then you delete all 5 and then you try again. Snap, 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 snap. The risk is way lower, right? So you risk losing your perfect game if you're not careful, right? Matt, thank you for the 8 months. Ice, thank you for the year. Xbox user till I decided to go for PC. I was an Xbox user before I decided to go to PC. Samesies. How did the Thanksgiving smoothie treat you? It wasn't good. It made my stomach feel really weird. I was okay. Yeah. But yeah, it was not good. Not very good. Okay, let me get the things and stuff started and we'll be ready to rock. Thank you guys, dude. How long have we been live? Like less than 30 minutes? What the fuck? Thanksgiving smoothie. Yeah. Yeah, I dressed up as a turkey and had to do a Thanksgiving smoothie. Do I use mouse or controller? Mouse. I think most players on PC use a keyboard and mouse. There's a few there are some that use controller, like Tom NK21. He got used to using a controller and he just kept using it. So it's just what he's used to. Autumn, thank you for the 9 months. Liverpool, welcome in. It looked bad. It's funny. It was bad. It was really awful. Yeah. Yeah. Did the kiddos want to try? No, they did not. Although they flinch over trying the Bean Boozled beans. Use an Xbox Elite controller on the PC. It's whatever you like, man. Yeah. Yeah. Stay hello, cowards. I'm going to tell them that. Hey, chat said you're a coward. What does that mean? Xbox isn't the best for me, in my opinion, of Phas, since the game settings is weird, especially the mic thing. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. For the holiday weekend. Ooh, that sounds freaking cool. Oh, my Lanta. Try to play Dark Souls on the PCs and the keyboard. It was not an easy feat. If you're not used to a keyboard and you play controller and you go to keyboard, it is really foreign. It's really strange. Nine Tails, thank you for the sub. Thank you, friend. Did Josie have anything nice for her Thanksgiving dinner? Whatever we were eating. we brought back and then we just gave her a bunch. She had turkey. She had a little bit of stuffing. What else did she have? A tiny little sliver of pie. Yeah, she had all the good stuff. She had all the good stuff. All right. We're going to do our warm-up game per the usual, and then maybe I'll do some random randoms. I do. You know, I used to not like stuffing. I was never a big fan, but it grew on me. Okay, why did this change? Why did this change? All right, I've got to fix things. What the hell is going on? What is happening? What a lucky dog. She knows. She doesn't like beg that often whenever she is at the table or when she's like at the island or we're making food. She just sits there because she knows that if she sits there long enough, we're going to look at her and she's just staring up. We just eventually give her food. She knows. Went to see their Christmas on Main Street event they do every year. Oh, that's cool. Do you know when the Christmas update is? I do not yet. No. Hopefully we'll hear soon. Hopefully. All right. I need to fix a couple of things and then I'll be ready to rock, okay? Give me minute, maybe two. You reckon she would have, you know, I bet she would have thought about it and then I bet you she would have tucked her nose that way and ran. Imagine. Hi, Phoenix. Fear, thank you for the 17. Hello. What did they change about the Pulte? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, hi. Hi, friend. Still in shock and how fast it's here. I know. It's happened. It really did happen fast. I need to get rid of you. Okay, you're gone. Good deal. Wait a minute. Wait, did I want to get rid of you? Wait a minute. No, I didn't. There's a way I've got to do this. It's so dumb. Love the ID card. Thank you, friend. It is if you are a kinetic partner. There's a sequence I've got to do. Okay. That. And then I do this. And then I get rid of this. All right. New character models when? If I remember correctly, they said that it was going to be this year. So I don't know. How do I get the Point Hope dead man badge thing? Dead man badge? What the hell's what? Dead man badge thing? Are you mean the ferryman of the drowned? If you do the Easter egg. That's the Easter egg. Apparently it's early next year now, at least from what CJ said the other week. Okay. I'll have to check the Trello. It's been a little bit since I've tried. It has been a minute, maybe even two. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. I'm just making sure everything is set up properly. I appreciate the patience, friends. I did add that to the stream deck, so that's a little bit easier to do. There's so many different things I could do with this thing, and I just have not taken advantage. Need to do it. When was the Tanglewood rework? In the Trello, it says next year. Lurkin Food, appreciate you. I hope we get a black hat to wear. Listen, I keep dropping little hints. I keep saying things to CJ. Black hat. What is better? What is better? What do you mean, what is better? Better for what? What is your favorite ghost to get? Mimic. I like the Mimic because their ability to mimic all the other ghosts. All right. That is good. We need to do this too. While we're here, it's the last day for it. The last day. Which one is stronger? What do you mean by stronger? The questions you're asking are odd because they don't correlate to what the ghost can do. Like stronger as in what? Hey, Game Geekers, how are you? Big Brain mimics a Dio when you're in a hiding spot. No, first what they do is they mimic like a Revy, and then they mimic a Dio. Classy. Classy. What if a mimic's mimicking a Goryo? Then touche to the ghost. And it got me good. Yeah. Mare and Phoenix are stronger. Right. Right. And we can correlate that to what you guys can do. I came up with something. Wait. Come up with something as in what's stronger? Does a mimic need to have fake orbs if they are mimicking a ghost without orbs? A mimic will always have orbs. It does not matter if you are playing amateur, no evidence, it doesn't matter. The orbs are always a part of the mimic. They are not real evidence. So if you're playing a 3 evidence game, you will have 4 pieces of evidence because of the orbs. If you're playing a no evidence game, you will see 1 piece of evidence, which is orbs, because it's a mimic. Yeah. Hey, Fly Guy. Armed with, this is true. Swords and swords and squirty cream. Okay. You're not allowed to hang out with Tom anymore. That's final. That's final. All right, let's spin this. After I spin this, we will warm up. Do a nice little, maybe I'll do random. Maybe we'll do random and see where that takes us. Not behavior, not in evidence. Yeah. Oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta. Question just booted Faz after a long time. Is the text on the challenges supposed to be hard to read? The text, like as in on the challenge board? Right. I do have myself muted, right? Okay. All right, let's see. Go over there. Do this. Oh, would you open? I clicked open to do it, and it's taking me 5 years. There it is. Okay. Wonder what the next weekly challenge will be. It should be predictable. Should be. I'm going to have to mute that myself. It's going to do 1 for every one of those. There we go. Well, if you got gifted, GG's, friends. GG's. Hey, what's up, Man Power? Welcome in. We're about to start games. We just had we just had to take care of the stuff and the things. There. Fixed it. I fixed it. All right, let's go over there. Go over here. Boop, boop. Love the vids. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. All right. Do I do random? That's the question. Do I do random? Or do I let you guys decide? Random? All right, we'll start with random. That is fine by me. Point Hope. That's not very random now, is it? You know, random will send you to high school. No, it won't. Random is going to be nice today because it's Sunday. It's gonna send me to Ridgeview. You're offended? Wait, what are you offended by? Because you don't have a donut? Wait, I can provide. We can get you donuts. Hi, MRE. Oh, because we're not going to the diner? We will eventually go to the diner. Okay, we will go get your squirty cream. It's fine. Random has to be nice to you. Does it?
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
You know, when you know, you know.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one.
When you know, you know.
Reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Listen, I told you guys what map I was going to get. I don't know why you questioned it at all. How's it feel to be right? You know what? It's only going to happen once, so I'll take it. I'm going to be wrong for the rest of the day, so it doesn't matter. Hey, dog. What's up, dude? How are you? Avery, hello. All right. I'm going to go in here and get murdered by Margaret Cheese. All right, Margaret Craft. Ghost event, EMF, incense. Okay. Got a noti that you... I did, apparently. Yeah. Enjoy, Wicked. Enjoy the subs, friend. All right. No Blood Moon. No, I don't get those very often, do I? I'm not quite that lucky. It's funny because there was a spell of a time where I didn't want them that often. Now I want them all the time. Margaret should crawl. No, we don't want Margaret to crawl. I want Margaret to be Rhonda. No, Anne, nobody gets a smoothie. No. No. Going in. What are the odds to get one? I believe it's a 2% chance. I think. Berkey, thank you for the follow. Demon, thank you for the 6 months, dude. What's up, Ricky? I don't know when they're going to fix the Ouija board either. That would be lovely if that happened with like the holiday event. Whenever they like decide to do the stuff and the things. That'd be great. All right. Did you throw 2 things at once? That was sussalophagus. Hold on. Are you going to be in the toilet? If you guys get interactions like that from the garage, always check this toilet. Always, always, always check the toilet. It happens so much. What's wrong with the Ouija board? Currently, the Ouija board has an issue where it won't actually give you numbers. Yeah. So if you're on high school and you get Ouija board and you're like, score, let's go. And then you ask where it is and it says classroom and then that's it. Yeah, it's broken. Always check the pooper. That's correct. Always, always, always. Bathroom ghost. It's not a very uncommon thing here. Careful, SpongeBob. The ghost would prefer the toilet. We're pretty used to it. Couldn't get the age earlier. Yeah, you're never going to get the age, but you will lose your... But you will lose your sanity for asking it, though. Ayo. Put the book here. Stop it. When in Rome. Do I want to do here? I think I do. And then I could take another dot and shoot it down the hallway. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Still in here? Yeah, okay. Still in the potty. Roger that. Roger that. Klein, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Imagine dying in the bathroom. Well, okay, dude. Too soon. All right? You're going to talk about the king like that? Last Odin in 2 years. Thank you so much, friend. What up, Matthew? What up, homie? You want to write in that book? I'm going to hit record. No, wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because it's going to touch the door. Something stupid. Hey, truthful, I'm good. Heat up my 3rd Thanksgiving lunch since Thursday. Listen, the leftovers got to go somewhere. Right? What did you clip? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Blondie. Hey, Matthew, how are you, friend? Touch the book. Colin, hello. Ricky, thank you for the follow. Hello. We're not gonna wait. Let's go. Let's go. Still craving leftovers? You know, I am a big fan of leftovers. It just, I guess it does depend. Oh, my Lanta. Orbs, ultraviolet. Banshee. Oh, you won't do the 6 fingers. You won't do it. You won't do it. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Oh, let's check. Let's make sure. Where are you? Are you here? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? You're not a mimic, are you? Hello? Did you spooky dookie? Hello? I don't think so. No freezing, no spirit box. Doesn't mean there's not. It just means the chances are low. All right, touch a door again, please. Do the tag. Hey, what up, Clax? Come on. Margaret Kraft. Margaret. Margaret. Oh, snap. Hi, Margaret. I'll take it. Jeez. All right, let's go find the bone. The bone is going to be in the first bedroom to the left on the floor. Big old spine. Pow. Yeah. All right, it was not, but we're still going to go. The old bakey cakey. Once I do this, I think I need one more photo. I think. That was fast. I can get salt and we can do footprint photos too. Can a mimic an Obake handprint? They absolutely can. Oh, well. Somebody took my paw. All right, where's the boner? Boner! Got it. Don't need that anymore. Bring this with us. First time I saw that happen, but never to me. Wait, what? All right, let's do this. Photos are taken care of. We need 3 more videos and we need all the sounds. A mimic can mimic any ghost. That is correct. What a mimic cannot do is they cannot mimic evidence. So you won't get a mimic that gives you dots. A mimic giving you EMF 5, ghost writing. They can't do that. They can't, they shan't, they won't. I don't want you to kill me just yet, though. Hey, what's up, Momo? Keefy, welcome in. What's up, Jeepers? Sound instantly. What? Did it touch the door again, or is it the forever print? Wait. That's the Obake print, right? Is that the Obake one? Where it's the 2 side by side? Or is that, or did it screw it up and it's like 2 separate prints? I think it's the Obake one. I never get it on this, ever. I never get it on this one. All right, no! Got it. Hell yeah. Sarah, thank you for the 2 months. I never get that. Did you skip any footprints? Huh? Can we show an example of that? Nope, you're just a weirdo. Who steps with their right foot and then jumps to the left? You're not playing Twister. Oh my god, there's another one! It's giving us endless prints. Holy moly. Well, I think the odds are in our favor. Really funny. I thought they were rare. They are rare. Nice. Okay. Let's do this. One more sound, please. One more sound, please. All the fingies, I know. What the hell's going on? Ghosty. It'd be nice to not bring in more stuff. Hey, you're walking this way. You want to blow this out real fast? Little. Might just have to go get more stuff. Okay. Oh. I love you. You're so nice. You're just lovely. All right. 2 more videos. Salt, orbs, door moved, ghost event in 3, 2, 1. You know what? No. Light switch me. Light switch me. We're on a roll. Let's see. You know what? Here. Do you want crap to play with? Here. You could interact with these things. Here. You don't have a lot to mess with in the turlet, so I'll help you. Here. All right. Do it. Ooh, you're right. Oh, I did bring the paw down. Hold on. Hold on. I'm on it. I'm on it. Where do you think it is? F it. We're just going to go for it. I wish to see the ghost. I wish to see the ghost. All right. Let's go get an incense and get out of here. We're rolling, man. We're on it. Doing great, sweetie. Grab that just in case. Grab that just in case. We don't even need it to hunt, dude. Don't even need it to hunt. And it was Rhonda, by the way. What ghost did I call? Oh, thank you, Song. Liam, thank you. Gotcha. All right, bye. Let's double check when we walk out the door. All the objectives. We know what the ghost is. We have our photos, our videos. Oh, too fast. Our audio. We click on the ghost. We're out of here. 100%. JT, Liam, welcome in. Awkward as a mimic. Well, if it's a mimic, it got me good. Because it did how many different Obake prints? Yeah. We're going for it. How much did you pay the ghosty? I paid it in Thanksgiving leftovers.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
11. That's not too bad. Could have been faster. We were screwing around a little bit, but that was still pretty good. Not a bad first ghost at all. Not too bad. Did you blend it first? Oh, for the ghost? Nah, I'd let them do it. Megs, thank you for the 10 months. Watching the YouTube for months. Finally able to catch the stream. Welcome in, dude. All right. The leftover smoothie. I wouldn't even do that to the ghost. That's effed up. Wouldn't even do that to the ghost. Peachy, welcome in. Hello. All right. I could do random. I could. I have a feeling that's going to throw us on APOC 3 or some junk, and I'm going to have to walk at the speed of nothing. What are you drinking? Coffee. Or I just let you guys vote and we can just play that way. Toby, I'm good. How are you? Random? You got it. You got it. All right. Let us see. All maps, all difficulty. Oh, wait. Oh, we might have a problem with this. Oh, I need to talk to Kill. We're going to have an issue if I do this. Diner's not on this. The diner's not here. Maybe we can't do it with this. Ooh, maybe we can't. That kind of... Diner would never get chosen because it was never added. Fleener, thank you for the 5 months. Happy birthday, dude. Yeah, it's missing the diner. I don't think we can do it that way. Exchange high school. Okay. Oh, like if we land on high school, just go to the diner instead? Make our own wheel real quick? I could. How to find the gin? Evidence. Old school random then? Might have to. Might have to. Now, the only way to do that, though, between the, like, I can't do a random difficulty. Not like that. I could just do wheels. What did you just pin? Her friends call her Miss Cheddar. What the hell? What did you just pin? what was that? I thought you were trying to get my attention for the message. I was like, oh, interesting. Get high schooled first random. You know what would happen. All right, give me a sec. Let's do... Margaret Kraft. Yeah, that's true. I'll spam. That's true. Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. Oh, let's see. Are drops working? There's no drops. There's no drops. We don't know the next time they're even going to happen. No clue. No idea. I tell you what, you know what we're going to bring onto the screen real fast? You know what we're going to bring onto the screen real quick? I'm going to bring this. People were asking about this. Okay, or it cannot work. There we go. We're going to bring that onto the screen real quick. People were asking about this, so I wanted to show you guys what is in the works for Phas for right now. Their Trello is public. It is available for anybody to see. So all you have to do is Google Phasmophobia Trello and it will come up. And then you can see what is planned, concept, progress, what they're testing, what's in closed beta testing, and what they've already released, right? Closed beta, winter event that's coming, that's on the way. We don't have a date yet. We don't know when it's coming, but obviously it is soon. The next things down the line are going to be performance update, Unity 6 engine upgrade, colorblind mode, eye adaptation option for console, and eye adaptation VR support. Yeah. Yeah, definitely bookmark it. In case you're curious where they are, they do update this. It is worth a look-see. It is absolutely worth it. What update would I like to see? I mean, just like anybody, I think I want to see this one. The Horror 2.0 is one I'm looking forward to a lot. Anti-cheat is going to be awesome because so many of those scumbag players are going to get hit. Yeah. Am I going to play? No. We don't do that here. And then the lore update is going to be fun. The reworks are going to be sick. Yeah, I can't wait for them. They're going to be so good. I see anti-cheat. How do people cheat on Phas? There's websites. So what they do is the cheaters are very lazy. So what they do is they just go find some page that does it for them. Yeah, because they don't know how to do it because they're stupid. Why would people want to cheat? Again, let me go back to what I said earlier. Scumbag. Yeah. You don't want Tanglewood to be reworked? Well, that sucks for you. No, Tanglewood needs reworked. The reason it needs reworked is because it is using all assets that don't belong to them. It belongs to them in the sense that they licensed it, but they did not create it. They want everything in the game to be something they created. So that is what they're working on. They are trying to get rid of all the assets that were made by other companies. When they started, it was just EK. Like, he made the game using assets that he purchased, licenses, which was totally fine. A lot of games do it. And then he's been replacing it over time. So that's why you have maps that have been revamped, like Grafton and Bleasdale, stuff like that. So they're just working on it. Yeah. Grafton rework is amazing. One of the faves. Just wait until they do these other ones, man. Tangle, Edge, Willow. Like, I can't wait for all of these to get reworked. I think for a lot of them, my guess, and it's just a guess, is that they are going to leave the bones as they are and just replace all the stuff around it. So I think Tanglewood is going to feel just like Tanglewood feels right now. It's just going to be replacing all the items. Way more interactables, way more to do. Yeah. Cheaters should just play the game. They cheat to make themselves feel better because they can't play the game. Typically what'll happen is somebody sucks, so what they do is they cheat to feel better about themselves. Yeah. Maybe the Tanglewood fridge won't be upside down. You know, we can hope. We can hope. Oh no, man. Cheaters are going to cheat. They're scumbags. That's just what they do. It's fine. Just ignore them. Excited for the other reworks? Sames, man. Samesies. All right, for right now, what I'm going to do, we're just going to do random map for now, just to make it easy. I need to contact Mr. Kill about adding Diner. Tanglewood is perfect. A lot of people love it just because it's... A lot of people love it because it's simplistic. The map layout itself is small, right? The fridge and Tangle's upside down? It has to be. You see how low the handle is? That has to be upside down. Will the potato... How the hell would I know if they're going to keep a potato? That's not a conversation we've had. Do any other console players usually get timed out in Phas, or is it just me? Get timed out in Phas? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you get timed out in Phas? What do you mean? Like it doesn't connect? Focus on the potato. It's important. No, it's not. Hey, Kay, how are you? I'm trying to understand what that means. You get timed out, but nobody has said what they mean by timed out. Connection timeout happens quite often. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So you try to connect to the servers and it doesn't connect. Maybe that's something they're working on in the back end. We can surely hope, right? We can surely hope. All right. For right now, what I'm going to do another random map. I think after this, what I might do, instead of doing random difficulty, I might do random tier. So I might do like a wheel with tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and that's the equipment I have to use. Maybe that's what we do. Might be easier. Kay, welcome in. Hello. Can you play around? No. No. Usually what happens is when somebody tells me to play, I sit in the lobby for an extra 5 minutes. So in roughly 7 minutes, we'll start. I missed the roadmap you just showed. It's public. Yeah, it's public. Anybody can see it. I love when it loses connection mid-game. That happens to me too sometimes. Hey, Divine, how are you? Yeah, it's a wild thing to be in. It's a wild thing to be watching someone play and say start as if that's not what they're about to do as they're streaming and talking. That's fucking wild. That is wild. Oh, the fam's great. Fam's doing very well. Yeah. How to not get nervous when the ghost is hunting? Make it hunt you over and over. Desensitize yourself a little bit. Yeah. It is not going to be Point Hope. See? Tangle. I told you.
All right, we're here.
B, thank you for the heart, B.
Equipment and prepare accordingly before starting.
What is the granny thing behind you? There is no granny thing behind me. What the hell?
New intel.
Granny thing?
Switching. Possibly
Got your t-shirt? Hell yeah. B, thank you so much. Show you the fridge? I will show you the fridge, and you guys can understand what the hell we're talking about. 'Tis the season. It's snowing. Tanglewood's ears are burning. Are you talking about my fridge? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. I'll go show you the fridge right now. You guys can see it, and then you will never unsee it. Never noticed it? It's a very small detail that I believe is the way we say it is. Look at this fridge. This is upside down. There's no shot somebody puts a handle on the top part down here, basically at like toddler height. That's normal. Looks fine to me. Okay. Now listen, I do have to admit, it could be a high IQ move to where the handle is right at, you're like where your hand like is already. So you don't even have to lift up. You just, hand's already down there. But I think it's upside down. I think it's upside down. Maybe they just know something we don't know. You have a fridge like that, the bottom part. No, I understand the bottom part being a freezer, but practically you don't put a handle here. You would, where's your handle? It's over here, or there is no handle, and it's just like an open spot right here where you just pop it open. Not like, hey, you purposely grab this part. Right? Quiet, we're talking. The quality, oh, I love them, dude. Oh, the shirts they feel so freaking good. Standard British fridge? Really? That just doesn't make sense. I'm short AF. Yeah, but I'm not. I'm 6'4". Some do it right or left-handed, can move the handle to either side. Right, absolutely. But this has nothing to do with left or right. This has to do with putting the handle below the counter. Pretty good for you. Okay. All right. Ah, gross. It's a circle. Maybe we make use of it. Have you tried not being so tall? No. I haven't. Okay? All right. This bothers me. It bothers me. Ray, thank you for the 6 months. Hello. I heard a shrow. Is that over here? Ooh. Oh, it's not a mare. Oh, it's busy. You busy. You a busy little bee. Open it with your toes. Okay. That's practical. Streamers don't have legs. No way you're that tall. It's AI. Yeah. It's AI. OCD go boom boom. Yeah, seriously. Hi, Misha. How are you? All right. Well, we're pretty certain you're in that room because you've thrown a crap ton. But we do know that it is not a mare because it turned on the light, and mares can't do that. Ain't no possibles. Height privileged. Oh, is that what it's called? I didn't realize that was the name. Vertically challenged if you're not tall. Hello? No Orbeez. You're not throwing stuff through the wall, are you? Snow is coming through the wall, though, so that's cute. What the hell? What was that? Is that the nursery? Oh, EMF fiver. What did you throw? Oh, this? You shoot. Okay, at no point was that lamp on. Why is that reflection? Okay. All right, EMF fiber. Vertically blessed. The game has become so cool lately. Is that a cold joke? I'm confused. Lightning, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. All right. EMF 5. For safety's sake, we're going to bring in a crucifix. I don't know. I have a feeling this ghost is going to try to eat my face hole. Okay. Your A's out of the question. Hey, Lightning, welcome over. Hello, Puppet. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Are you near? Oh, gross. Run. Run. It's trying to fart on us. Not today. Dissipate. Thank you. If you're average. No, I would never claim that I'm average height. But I also would say that I'm not gargantuan either. You know? Like my brother's 6'8". That's too much. Where are you? Are you here? Probably not. Did you see dots? Maybe. You absolutely could have. I might have missed it. I meant someone average. Oh, height in general. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, 6'8". I had 2 great uncles that were 7 feet tall. Did your mother feed you 2 Miracle Grow? Well, to be fair, my mom was 6 foot. My dad was 6'1". So I think it was kind of inevitable. Yeah. My sister's 5'4". Someone literally got the short end of the stick. Share a little bit? No. No. It's mine. You have a question. I might have an answer. It's hard to say, though. Carla, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome. Leave us shorties alone. Listen, my wife is not very tall either, okay? My children are going to skyscrape. They're going to be way taller than her. It's just how it's going to go. 4'11" and your brothers are 6'5", 6'3". See, they stole it from you. That's what happened. Pity anyone who's... yeah, that's rough. 6'7", 6'8", like you're ducking through doorways. I see you throwing stuff. I see you. Is that dots or snow? Oh, that's the snow. That's coming through the walls back here? Yeah, that's snow. Any idea we can ask about? You can ask about pickles all you want. You're just not going to get an answer. Yeah, I don't know. I'm subbed. You might have been gifted, Goat. Might have been gifted. Yeah. What was the question song? I totally missed it. No dude skis. Okay, it's not doing anything. It might be because it's freezing. If I had to guess. Shortest sibling and you're 5'7". Damn. Boyfriend 6'4", you're 5'2". I sincerely dread the day our future child grows to be taller than me at the ripe age of 10. Well, funny enough, my 13-year-old, okay, that was rude, is basically almost taller than my wife. Stop it. Stop it. You might have been gifted. Yeah, always check your notifications. You never know. Let's put this guy there. And let's put this guy here. Let me do this real quick so we can check and see that we have freezing. Another EMF fiber. Oh, it's so close. 1 point. Both of your kids are almost taller than you too. Oh my God. It's gonna, dude, it's just, it's a different breed, okay? Theres all kinds of preservatives in the food. All your kids are taller than you. Oh, what are you? What is it? Okay. Gorio's on the table. Maybe it's just being stingy. No, don't walk at it yet, you asshat. I wasn't ready. Okay, now do it. Holy shit! God damn it, I don't know what I just got. Oh, salt. Oh, great. Hi, Jana. 5'3" with my attitude. Why did I make it mad? I didn't do anything. Wait a minute. 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 You didn't show UV on that door, did you? What? Go, run, run, run. Avoid the event. No. Back off. No. Don't touch me. No. Okay. It didn't, right? Interesting. Am I about to have another Obake? Erie, welcome in. I think it's possible. Okay. Give me this. You know what? Let's bring another UV in. Let's bank on this actually doing that. And I'm also going to do one of these because it's depleting our sanity as it farts on us and runs at us as a freaking shadow. You're going to show me. You are going to show me what I need to see. Obake print in less than 10 seconds. Okay? Okay? That's very dim. Will that count? Nope. Bullshit. Stop farting on me! Thank you. Okay. Yes, sick. Oh, God. Does that count? Does that count? Does that count? Oh, you hooker. It is. I don't like this game anymore. This game's stupid. This game's dumb. Why do you throw the UV flashlight up? Just because I feel like it. Because if I do this, then I can see the UV if it touches the door. Bro, stop! Stop. Stop bullying me. Oh, God. Did it move to the living room? It's doing a lot of stuff in here. Oh, what the hell? Do I already have the UV? I mean, the... Nope. Okay. It's not funny! It knocked on that window. I might die. Oh, come on. You're so rude. The other one wanted to give us 6 fingers all day. This one says F you. Give me this. I'm ready. It is pranking me. Thank you, B. What's up, softball? Ow! Okay. Stop it. Yeah, it's got to be an Obake because it's choosing not to leave ultraviolet at certain times. Absolutely. All right, let's bring this back inside, shall we? Look out, it's hot. Thanks. Do I have everything I need for that? Paranormal. Oh, balls. Okay, I can record the audio of that then, right? Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. Okay. When it burns this, we'll do it. Bitch. Careful, SpongeBob. I'm trying. I'm trying. Come on. 1, 2. Buggy ghosts all week, not leaving UV and turning out not an Obake. Interesting. If you do get times where you can prove that it was buggy, like you recorded a clip of it, always report it. Nice. Okay. Got the photo of the burnt cruci. We've got that. Oh well, this is the life we live. I just got the shapeshift, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Thought so. You don't want to know what I hate? You really want to know? The fact that the ghost shapeshifting does not count as a ghost video is crazy. I still need a video of the ghost. That didn't count, did it? That didn't count, did it? I don't know. I'm doing it again. We're doing it live. Yeah, it didn't. I hate you. I hate everything that you represent. You suck. All right. I need as much. Craziness. Ask and ye shall receive. It's getting angry with me. Well, I'm getting angry with it. So, yeah, it gets what it deserves. I can get this firelight. Photo-wise, I could take a picture of the bone and the cursed possession. So that's fine. Double smudge. Yeah, we're good. You know what? Do I even need you to hunt again? No, I need the firelight blowout. F this. Makes you mad at times. It sucks sometimes when it takes forever. Yeah. Have you brought that up? Oh, yeah. Oh, I brought it up. It's been a while since I brought that up. Oh, yeah. When you prestige, hooks back to tier 1, are you blocked from custom games too? Nope. As soon as you prestige, you don't have to unlock maps again. All right, I'm going to put this here. I need you to blow that out. And then I can take a video of it. Go ahead. We'll wait. 1, 2. Come on, twin. Thank you for the 12 months. We'll leave this smudge here. I wasn't ready, you bitch. Okay, I still got it. We're fine. Never mind. You're not a bitch. I'm sorry. That was rude. I do apologize. Drop that there. Take this here. Go find this. Go do that. Goryo is force dots. Correct. If you are able to get evidence, you will have dots for a Goryo. That is guaranteed. Guaranteed. Hey, Lily, what's up? Let's drop this over here. Let's take the firelight and go looking. Let's go switching. Looking for the boner. Hopefully it's just obvious. It might be in the front bedroom. I don't think I even checked over there, did I? Hey, what's up, Raw? Haven't joined in a while. Well, welcome in. How are you? Never mind. I gotta hand it to you. This is the best spot it could be in. Lovely. Photos, videos, audios, shapeshift, Obake. Pfft. Shut. Think the ghost is offended? F that guy. F that guy. We're out of here. Another Obake. He wants his hand back. Well, too bad. It's mine now. Lovely. Get out of here. frickin' Obaques. Wow. Wow. Mandy, thank you for the biddies. Always a great time. I appreciate you. Thank you. Wish that you take away the bone for I 1,000,000% agree. The bone is useless. I don't think we should have to worry about it at all. Another perfect Obake. Well, you know, if I'm going to get a perfect ghost, I'd rather it be this than something stupid like a shade. All right. I have ads coming, friends. I do 3 minutes every hour. So I'm going to let the ads play, and then once they play, we'll get back into it. So we shall wait. If you're not subbed, you don't have turbo, don't worry about it. I wait in the lobby for you. We wait. When are we going to get a hunt? Why do you need a hunt? Why do you need a hunt? If you can figure out the ghost and you can get everything you need without a hunt, why do you need a hunt? Because if you're like, well, it could be exciting, then why play anything less than no sanity, no evidence? You know what I mean? Snake, welcome in. Oscar, thank you, dude. Jana. Thank you for the Cooper baseball. Oh my God. These ads are eventually going to start, dude. How dare you steal? Listen, I still question the fact that there's a bone in these buildings to begin with. He's so cute. I still question why the bone's even there. If we're going logically and like going for realism, it doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense at all. They're into weird stuff. Okay. They just save one bone and place it randomly somewhere. It's supposed to be, if you ask the ghost, I believe it's if you ask the ghost where it died, I believe you get the location of the bone as well. So that is telling you that the ghost died in that spot. The bone was there. These people moved into the house, left it there, lived their life with this random bone on the ground. And then when the ghost started haunting them, they're like, oh no. And then they called someone to come get him out. And then we go there to figure out the ghost. And then we take the bone. It's decorative. I mean, depending on where it lands. Ring the bell. Thank you so much. Mike, thank you for the giftedness. Sarah, Lazy Gamer, hello. Super realistic. Yeah. Once had the bone on Tanglewood in between the stairs. I guess he tripped. I once had the bone. It was one of my thumbnails once. I had the bone on Old Bleasdale. It was part of it was on the piano and part of it was on the table next to it. So it made like a little bridge. Yeah. You mean you don't have a bone in your house? I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I have a bone in here somewhere and I just am unaware of it. If you set up that you have every cursed possession, could you take a picture of every single one and get unique pictures for every single one of them? Should be able to. But think about the multiplier that you're going to have when you have at least 5 cursed possessions. The multiplier is probably going to be effed. You're going to make like nothing off of it, you know? Victoria, thank you for the follow. Jana, thank you so much. Michael, thank you for the 6 months. They swept, mopped, vacuumed around a massive bone in the middle of the kitchen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Tips for people who prestige? If you've gone through an entire prestige and you're trying to figure out what to do better on your next prestige, honestly, just use everything that you've learned to go into the next prestige. The more you play this game, the better you're going to get. So if you've gone through an entire prestige and you're into the next one, okay, so what can you use from what you've learned to make your tier 1 games that you're just now trying to get to tier 2? How do you make that faster to get the hell out of tier 1? You know? How'd you get the badge? You have to be a partner with Phasmophobia, with Kinetic Games. We're actually trying to talk to them right now. Oh, ads are done. We're actually trying to convince them right now to change the name of reporter to partner. So it's a lot easier to explain. Goosely, thank you for the 7 months. Yeah. Got the Sweet Tooth badge. Nice. Tips for people who prestige. The exact thing I just said. Purchased Phas recently. Just got hooked. Glad I'm not too late and there's still Phasmophobia. Oh, too late. You realize how many people play this game daily, right? Not too late. Let me see. I go here, go there, we look up Phasmo. So just on Steam alone, there's over 18,000 players on. Just on Steam. And that does not include Xbox. That does not include PlayStation. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere for a while. Yeah. I think you're good. I think you're safe. When will the next Phasmo discount be? Do you think I would know when the next Phasmo discount will be? Am I going to try Demonology in Roblox? No, and you should never play Roblox ever again. Pro tip. Yeah. Pro tip. You should never play that ever again. Make price lower, streamer. Damn it. Falling apart. We've been doing random maps, and I think it's the way to go. Roblox hater? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. God forbid I don't like a platform that likes to cater to pedophiles. I'm sorry. Maybe that's me, the crazy one. Maybe I'm the wild one here. Crazy. I know. Crazy. No, I get you. Okay. Maybe, who knows? Wild take. All right. Another random. This has been good. This has been more of the chill day that I needed. So we're good. Yeah. Didn't know that? Yeah, you should do some searching. CG, I would suggest you look up what's going on. Don't necessarily just take people's word for it. Like, go figure out what's happening. I would recommend it. Never been on it. Well, the issue that you have is that you have a platform that is hurting the people that are trying to help them and get rid of these disgusting people off their platform. And because it's bringing that attention to their platform, they're banning them. The people that are trying to help. And when they're asked about it, they act like they're not being asked about it. Like they ignore the questions. It's sick. It's pretty wild. It's pretty gross. Yep. Yeah. But just try that. Yeah, we're going to fucking ban you. You're gross. You're gross. Hey, if I have a mod on TikTok, can you get rid of L figure? Yeah. That'd be great. Thank you. Be lurking some addicted to... What the hell is that? What is that? Cohen, welcome in. Kick their asses? Oh, no. Just the fact that they're very well aware what's going on. They're like, no. Don't play the other games. Just play this one. Fuck you. Fuck you. Some people belong on a list. Amen. All right. Random Nightmare. Where are we going this time? Sheesh. Sheesh. Some people are just gross. Amen, man. Amen. Well, I think the problem you run into is that you have people that think that can never happen to me, or you have people that think, well, that can't happen to my kid because my kid is smarter than that. And it's not about how smart your kid is. That's the problem. That's the issue. Kids are vulnerable, man. If you're not willing to protect them by doing one little easy thing, like stopping them from playing on a platform like that, then you're just handing your kids over. And that's fucking gross. Knock off my... I mean, it was fine. Dude, it was fine. Like, the idea in itself is fine. But the issue is that the things that they have in place to safeguard kids is so minimal that it is not hard for a kid to say, I am this year, like this many years of age, go on that platform and see things they should not be seeing. That's the problem. Yeah. And it's not their fault that they're vulnerable. They're kids, dude. It is the parents' fault for allowing it to happen. Especially if you're educated about it. If you know things are like that are happening, you're like, no, it's fine. It's your fault. Yeah. Any game parents should monitor. Correct. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you for the gifted sub, dude. Who is V? Welcome in, dude. Hello. Do the opposite. Correct. They enable. Yeah. Well, it's because it's the day and age we live in, man. It's just really easy to give a kid a device and say, here, this will keep you busy. But then if you have parents that don't know how to monitor it, then they don't monitor it and they let anything happen. Anyway, anywho, give me a second. I need to see. My stream manager is weird. Okay, what? That is correct. So that's showing the correct information and title, but this one, the stream information, is showing the wrong information. Okay, I got nothing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's happening. All right. Anywho, moving on. Long story short, just don't. You know, just don't. Yeah, just don't. Lucy, capture 3 photos, event, crucifix. Sure. Ghosty time. Ghosty time. Let's do it a little bit faster this time. We were able to get the last one pretty quick. What are the odds I get a third Obake? I think it's pretty low, but I mean, it's still a possibility. Listen, Cozy Sunday usually ends up being feisty. Oh my Lanta. Okay, we have hiding. All right, bone in the boys' bedroom. I heard that. Was that over here? At the cup? Ah. Oh, hello. Well, I can't do anything about that right now. Okay. Do you not have an 8-ball on your shelf to... I do have an 8-ball on my shelf to consult. Oh, you're right. I do. I does. Oh, no. Oh. Something fun turned to not fun. Man. Trio had just started playing random maps on Phas. We used to play almost exclusively cycle through the houses, but now we like bigger maps. When you're playing with more people, it is way more enjoyable. It doesn't make the maps feel like they're taking 1,500 years. You can't ask how many pickles. It's not going to answer you. It doesn't work. Not right now. Yeah. Do you think the magic 8-ball could be cursed object somehow? Like mine, physically? Or you mean like if they did it in the game? Mine could be cursed. I've got a lot of ghost hunting stuff back there. No, they didn't remove it. It's messed up. It's just screwed up. We're just guessing you're here for now. Oh. Okay, okay. There. Yeah, when you ask age, it doesn't show any numbers. So if you ask it how old it is, if you ask how long ago it died, if you go to a map like high school and say, where are you? And it says classroom, it'll say classroom and then nothing. Because for some reason, it's bugged out and it won't show numbers. We don't know why. We haven't heard a single thing. Game stops being scary real fast when you get used to it. Well, any game that is a scary game will become less scary when you get used to it, right? But I don't play Phasmophobia because I'm here for jump scares. I play it because I love the fact that it's a puzzle game. But it has horror tones, which I like. So it doesn't matter what horror game it is. You get used to it. After that point, it's not scary. Are you playing only for the scares? Because if you are, you're going to stop playing the game entirely. Why do you think Demonologist died so fast? Oh, no. Are you not here? But you threw something. You threw it through the wall, didn't you, you piece of crap? Look at all the lights. Why are you in the same room? Damn it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Back there again. So bad at puzzles. I love puzzles. Even if I'm bad at it, it doesn't matter. I still enjoy it. It's still a good time. Okay, well, you're definitely not a mayor. That's for sure. Pyrax, thank you for the 5-month prime, dude. Thank you. All right, give me the dudes. Give me the camera. Look for orbs. Oh. Okay. I like to put dots on this side, like going out that way. Usually works out better. Like puzzle games too? I do. Whether it's horror or not, I enjoy puzzle games. Makes you think. However, I suck at it. That's okay. There are some games I thoroughly love that I suck at. It's about enjoying it. It's not about being the best. Sound like the potato? Oh, sorry. Ashen, welcome in. How was your stream? Carly, Oak, thank you guys for the follows. Trashy, thank you for the 6 months, dude. 3 more months until the baby is born. You better start thinking of a name before it's too late. Wait, is there writing in that book? I think there's writing. Hard managing 3 chats at once, can barely keep 2 conversations. Oh, you can barely keep 2 conversations? It's just, okay, there's apparently evidence in there. You just got to get used to it. What's one map you'd like to see? I would love to see a broke down carnival. My answer will forever be the same. Looks like writing to you. It looks like writing to me too. Let's bring in a smudge. Let's bring in sound. Let's bring in photo. Oh yeah, HR chucking stuff over here is going ham. Going hammer sandwich. There are a couple new games though that I definitely want to try. Aha! We do have writing. It is what we saw. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that picture before it's too late. Wait, did that count? Yes. Okay. All right, 2 photos, easy peasy. Wait, ghost fart? Ghost fart? Where? Where? That's a 4. Did you 1 frame event me, you asshole? It did. You still play the other side? No. It was not a game I really got into. I tried it. I played it a couple times. It was fine. But it wasn't one that really brought me back. What about a morgue? Yeah, maybe. How many different rooms would you have, right? I like the idea, people have said like a little cathedral. Not a cathedral, but like a little church. And you could have rooms like that. Oh, wait. Oh, go. Gross. Oh, God. I ran to you. Oh, got the sound. Let's go. Waiting for more headliners? Oh, man. Maybe. Oh, careful. Go there. Do that. Haunted funeral home, perhaps. Maybe. Museum is always a good idea, too. Just really embrace. It was hard to tell if it was on the other side of the wall or not. I couldn't tell. What is it hiding from me? A big cathedral would be interesting, but they are really focused on small maps because a lot of players want to play small maps. Larger maps are the least played. It's just the way it goes. People don't want to spend that long trying to do an investigation. Roadside motel. I think a motel could be cool. For sure. Outside area that the ghost can actually go outside in. Yeah. I think so. What are you hiding from me, hotshot? Well, we can get these videos. I'm going to do this, though. Hopefully not die. Classic clown motel. Yeah. Motel with a diner in the background, huh? It's a pretty good idea. Okay, you're in there. I'm going to do this, followed by this with the side of one of those. And then you're going to do that. You're going to walk in that salt. Right about... Wait. We'll do this. Nice. Oh, bitch. That's okay. Got it. Okay, now do this. Okay, got it. We're on a roll. All right, spawn. Event. Avanti. Hospital, maybe. Yeah. A hospital could be cool. All right, turn this off. That off. Do one of those. Go blind. New ghost, I think, is the least of their worries. I don't. New ghost new ghost models, yes, but actual new ghosts, There's 24 of them, dude. Filming evidence like a director. Listen. Action. What does a ghost fart mean? It's the mist ball. Go, okay. You're cheating. 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 Haha! Idiot. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. I recorded it twice. Shit. Never mind. I'm stupid. I'm going to go get the other crucifix. Small grocery store. A lot of things being thrown off shelves. That'd be a lot of items. Do you realize how much work they would have to do? People would be lagging like crazy. I know the ghost laughs at me because I recorded the same thing twice. Listen. Oh, you shit brick. Copy pasta? Yeah, I guess. Do you think Kinetic still gets the character overhaul this year? People have been, somebody in chat said they heard CJ talking about it being pushed a little bit to next year. So I don't know. Hard to say, friend. Hard to say. Put that there. Put this over here. Got to fart on me? I hear it. I keep seeing EMF 4s, but there's no mist ball. There's no anything. All right, where were we? Okay, so you're going to blow that out, right? I need to go my sound recorder because you're going to do it when I'm not there, and I'm going to hate you for the rest of my life. This room again? Yeah. It's not funny. Not a gin. Well, I had writing already. We still haven't even gotten the second piece either. Oh, shit. All right, blow the firelight out. Let's go. Shamo. Mod support for single player? I don't think, no. They're not going to do mod support until they can do it entirely across multiplayer and single player, and it's something that they can actually like monitor. They can't facilitate that right now. So we don't need videos. I still need 3 photos. Bone in the front room, cursed possession, and a picture of the ghost. Are you gonna blow this out? Come on. You still here? Yeah, you're there. You can do it. Come on, Jeffrey. Banana Man, welcome in. Luca, welcome in. That's dicey. Ah, that's what I want. I want this one. Yes. Try Spirit Box again. I could. Maybe it was out of the room. Like, maybe it wasn't actually in the room the last time we tried. Could be right. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Where are you? Take a picture of the writing. Well, that wouldn't be a good idea. Let's go do the things. Hold on. What the absolute hail? Did I not check that earlier? Was I too entranced by everything else that was going on? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, dude. Oh, wait. I can take a picture of that. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Aha. Okay. We just need to know if it's a Polty demon or Myling. Castle with old statues on a mountain, like we're a prince and princess. Let's move this over here. Okay. the bone. I have an extra smudge at the door, too. Thank you. Yeah, Tanglewood is... They've said that it's coming next year. Yeah, it's not a surprise. A Pulte would be nice, but has it been throwing enough to feel like a Pulte? I don't know. I mean, it is throwing stuff, but at what rate, right? Uh-oh. Eat this. Eat this. Retro Phas option you can play on the old map. I have said, and I will continue to say, that I hope that once they have revamped all the maps, that they give you the ability to do like a legacy mode where it allows you to go back and play all the old maps. I think that'd be super awesome. Well, I mean, make it a DLC, man. I don't know. Whatever. What is your go-to when the ghost just isn't giving many signs at all? What do you mean, what is my go-to? Like, what, my go-to ghost or my go-to, like, option? Okay, why are you out here? Go back in there. No, stop. It's super warm out here. All right, I think we're just gonna have it, I think we're gonna have it come say hello. Can I do the Moroi test? I don't think that's gonna be very successful. Call me a crazy. Stop. You're crazy. Thank you. See? Look how kind you are. Smudge test. On the demon? Yeah, I'm letting it hunt. It's probably a miling. No footies. But we hear things happening. Now I hear it coming. Oh, we'll do one more hunt so you guys can see it. I'll take my little setup here to the garage. Let's take this over here. How do you test for a demon? Well, a demon has a cooldown that is lower than other ghosts. So in between, let's say you don't have any smudges left and you're trying to make sure it's a demon. Demons can hunt 20 seconds between a hunt ending and a hunt starting. It is the only ghost that can do that. All other ghosts are 25, including the spirit. When am I streaming again? I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow. Tomorrow. Don't you event and break my lights. Don't you do it. You little shit. You hear all these interactions. What the hell? What is this? What is this? Is that for my flashlight? Oh, that's weird. This is a myling, right? A gross little myling. I keep hearing interactions with no footies. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 and Sunday at 1. What? East Coast. What are you doing? What is this? Super silent hunt. Yeah. There we go. You saw the flashlight flicker before you heard footsteps. Correct. Correct. extremely quiet. If it's not a myling, then I'm just being duped. But Tanglewood footsteps are not as weird as the diner. The diner footsteps are really strange right now. It's because of the volume of the footsteps on diner.
Back. There's some jobs ready for you.
A myling test, if you guys don't know it, or one that is still very reliable, in my opinion, is whenever you use the flashlight. When the flashlight's on the ground next to you and it is not flickering, you don't hear footsteps, but you hear interactions like door touches, items being thrown, things like that. Myling. Myling. You should start to hear the footsteps just as you start to see your flashlight flicker. It's because the footsteps are quieter for a myling. On most ghosts, it is going to be, you're going to see the flashlight, you're going to hear the footsteps first before you see the flashlight flicker. Yeah. Maddie, little money. Mozzie, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Nice, nice. Another perfect. Well, isn't that just grand? Isn't it just grand? Are diner steps supposed to be weird? My guess is that they didn't mean for it to sound so quiet in certain parts, and it just is. So hopefully it's something they'll consider whenever we're giving our feedback, and they possibly change it. I think that'd be great. Have I done the challenge mode that's been out all week? Yes. Yes. You hate mylings? I don't mind mylings that much. Do you like the Christmas update? Yeah. It's something different to do. For sure. If you're in the truck watching the monitor with the ghost activity and it jumps to a 5 or a 6, does that means it's an EMF 5, level 5? Is that true? It could be. More than likely is EMF 5. Yeah, there's some factors. If it shoots up to an EMF 5 plus or minus 1 and it goes straight across back down, it is more than likely either EMF 5. It could possibly be a poltergeist that did two things at once, make it look like EMF 5, or it could be a ghost event and someone's in the map and you didn't know, or you weren't paying attention. So if there's nobody in the map, it can't be a polty. You see that, it is probably EMF 5. But it's always good to verify. Always good to verify. Well, we've been doing random maps. We might as well just keep up. Yeah. Cap. Oh, hello, son. Tips for beginners. Don't die. I hope that helps. Is there a bug where fully recording a ghost hunt does not count? If you don't see the little save symbol, it could possibly not count. Yeah. Just do it. How are you, Cap? How you got that badge? By being a Kinetic partner. How do you be a Kinetic partner? You go apply in their Discord. What's their Discord? Probably discord.gg/Phasmophobia. Hope that helps. How's you? I's good. I is good, man. Give me a sec. I'm just checking something and then we're ready to rock. Wait. It is. Black Friday. Sorry. I haven't looked. Honestly, I haven't even looked. I should have, but I haven't. Can thrown objects count as spirit box evidence? When asking the ghost to throw something. No, when you throw an object, does the spirit box respond? Can I go to Willow if random takes me there? Ever gotten stuck between a door and trap? I've heard of people getting stuck. I know that there are definitely spots where you can get stuck. Yeah. Just report them. If you run into any of them, just report them, dude. It's the best thing you can do. Yeah. I don't dare go outside on Black Friday. Fair. I've never done Black Friday shopping. Ever. I just don't care enough to fight all that. Nah. V, thank you, dude. All right. Well, we are over it. This is the last time. This is the last one. This is the last one. Do I know about the ID badge on Point Hope? There's a possibility I know. Yeah. Yeah, I might. V, thank you, dude. But we need to decide who's going to win it first, though. This is obviously on the purple side. I can't do cross-platform yet. It doesn't happen. You have it. That's great. Me too. Tote bag. What'd you call me? Thank you, Matthew. Oh, gosh darn it. There we go. What's new of Phasmo? That's a very loaded question because it depends on how long ago you played. The best thing you can do is go to their store page and look at the updates that have happened and see which ones you don't recognize. No genuine Black Friday sales anymore. There really isn't. And none that I give a damn about. All right. Let's see. What should we make what's the word? What is the word? What's new on the Christmas update? We don't know. The Christmas update's not out. I can't do turkey. I think it's already a command. Yeah, I think it's already a command. Gobble. You know what? Gobble's a really funny word. Okay. There we go. All right. If you guys type !gobble, because why not? That's funny. You have 60 seconds to do it, and you could win some limited time merch. This is the last time that we are giving this merch away. Oh, you turned it off. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I had it the other day just because I knew people would probably ask. And it would make sense. Wonder if the bath mist tree is making it. I assume it is. I believe they said that this year that it is supposed to be the same as last year. Now, they did change a few things with the Blood Moon event with Crimson Eye. So I wonder if they're going to change some things with this one. We hope. What have we become? May, thank you for the 2-month Prime, friend. Crystal, welcome in. How are you? Hard to say. You guys have 20 seconds. !gobble. KD, thank you for the 32. Don't know if it works here. It does not. It only works on the There is no cross-platform giveaway stuff that I'm aware of that work. Yeah. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not so chill. Bye. See ya. This is the last one. The last one. When you trap a Urei, yeah, you're supposed to be able to use incense on a Urei and then trap it. I don't know. I feel like the rune boundaries make that suck. Blue Metallic Crow. GG's, friend. GG's. I still have to give away another one. I owe someone the merch. We'll get there. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. I'll do it today. I promise. There it is. All right. What's it going to be? A hoodie. All right. I got to ask. Crow, Metallic Crow, do you want it to be a full logo front, or do you want it to be the pocket hoodie, where it's the pocket logo with the logo on the back? How swanky. The choice is yours, friend. You get to choose. I did make both because I liked both. Pocket, you got it. Done and done. GG's, friend. GG's. That is the last time we are using that overlay. The last one. Oh, the hoodies are so comfy. Absolutely, dude. GG's. All right. Well, we're going to continue our fun, our nice cozy day with more random nightmares. It's been kind to us so far. It has been kind. Tangle and Ridgeview and whatnot. Will it continue to be kind? Kind of. Kind of. It's good enough for me. Sam, thank you for the 14 months, dude. Will we be able to play with you? I just had a viewer day. Yep. I usually do them once a month. I decided to do the December one early and do it this month since we were celebrating stuff and things. What do you use for making the merch? Well, I use Fourth Wall for the merch, but as for the designs, artists. I can't do that stuff. Like Phoenix. Phoenix is a really great artist. So I will reach out to them and ask them to make these wild things. And they are amazing and do an amazing job. And I love it. And I love it. All right. There they are. Phoenix is great. There they are. We're already working. We're already talking about other things too. All right. Do we have any orbicals? We do have the female wing. It is restricted, so it is not full, Sunny. Not full. Just bought Phas. What's one of your tips? Stay alive. Nowhere to hide. Bonanza, thank you for the biddies. Thank you, dude. Could have been worse. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I don't mind full Sunny Meadows. Full Sunny Meadows is fun too. All right. I don't see anything. So we need to figure out where it is. I'll start early with this and this and this. There we go. Immediately start listening because you never know if the ghost is going to show itself early. Any news on the bone spawn in the same spot? Oh, I think, no, there's no news. I think it's just broken and they haven't fixed it. Yeah, the bone is here. So take advantage of it while you can. Oh, the circle again? What the hell? Downstairs noise, not very helpful. Tier 1 thermo is bad. Oh, yeah. The tier 1 thermo used to be goated. It sucks now. It's really, really bad. Ghosty. You make noise. Don't you be all the way at the end. Don't do this to me. Multiple times I've had restricted and the damn room is all the way down here. Are you effing kidding me right now? I hate you so much. You know what? No. I want to keep that. God damn it. Time to get our steps in. Yeah. Careful what you wish for. I didn't wish for that. It just decided to deliver. Gaming Zone, thank you for the follow. Just like high school, because I feel like it's... Oh, yeah. Agreed. Boring visually. Having to walk 1,500,000 steps just to get back and forth to things. Awful. Yeah. Not very fun. What up, Kay? Did you grab your lighter, Flash? No, I don't need it yet. We'll get there. Hey, are you not a djinn? I guess not. Okay. No djinn. It already cut the power. I don't know when. It did it in the time that we left, though. I don't want to get my steps in. All right. I guess onward. This is the closest I got to being able to see anything down that way. What if I saw like an orb in the little doorway there? That'd be cool. You think it's a shade? Well, that would suck. What up, Vince? Prison's another map that really creeps you out. I like prison way more than I like high school because I think it's way more interesting, right? Do I need that right now? We're going to take it right now anyway. Have you ever seen an orb there? Oh, yeah. Sometimes the orbs will like leak like into the hallway and stuff. You're tall. Is it really that many steps? A few, couple, maybe. Mufasa. Set your phone down. Came back and your cats are watching the stream. Your cats know what's up. At least prison doesn't have a copy and paste too. No, prison is a copy and paste. What do you mean? What do you recommend for a new player that doesn't do well with scares? Play a not scary game. But if you like getting scared, but you just don't do well with scares, desensitizing yourself a little bit is the way to go. Ghost, you suck. Look at all this light that we get. Playing with the lights on. Yeah, that actually, it's a really good way of doing it. That's a good point. All right, we'll do this and this, and you're not. Okay. being in a Discord call with other people while you play, or just playing with other people in general, can really help for sure. I was told to scream, face the ghost, die in game. Okay, yeah, that might be advice we give too. I think Escape from Tarkov is giving me more jump scares in this game. How do you measure distance? Typically, one step is like a meter. So listen to my steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 5 meters. Let the ghost take you. Yeah. Am I ever going to play Blair again? No. No. Never. See you, Casper. Have a good one. All right, you better not have done stuff while we weren't looking. Interaction? No idea what that was. Am I ever going to play Other Side again? Maybe. Maybe, possibly. We will see. It had elements to it that were enjoyable. It just wasn't one that really grabbed me and kept me. I did see Wicked 2. I did. I saw Wicked 2. I saw the first half of the Stranger Things season. When did I start playing Phas? I first played when it first released for like a day. And then I didn't play for a year. And then I kept playing. So I've been playing for the past like 4 years. No dots. No writing. Nothing giving it away. Okay. Jesse, thank you for the follow. K-Pix, hello. Hello. All right. We're just going to hope you're just waiting to give us the good stuff. You've also started. It's good stuff, man. I'm excited. Oh, the wrong game cap. No, you're fine. What I think about the first half, dude, it's getting really good. I'm liking it a lot. Why is the music box my favorite? I just love the mechanics of it. I love it. I love what it does. I love the music. I love that it causes an event. You can cause a hunt. All the things. I love it. Scare the crap out of your friends. End your friends if they're being meanies. It's just so useful. Imagine it's a shade. It could be. Do I think that they're going to add another cursed object soon? No, I don't. There's no reason. There's other things that are way better to work on. I mean, way more priority. We could get UV on this door that's on the ground. It is possible. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Oh, boy. All right. Do I make it so that I can see that door? Like this? That might be the way. What did I do? Hold on. Wait a minute. We're not going to have to worry about writing it through the book. Good deal. Good a deal. Interesting. Let's check our times. Hey, Stallone, how are you? No freezing. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. As a new player, circle is so bad because I don't have a lighter. Well, what level do you unlock the lighter? Isn't it not that far? How much sanity do events take? It depends on the event. It depends on the ghost. Most events will take 10 sanity from you, but if it's an Oni doing the event, it'll take 20. If it's a Phantom and it's an event and you're watching it, you lose more sanity by watching the event. Lots of factors. Lone Taylor, welcome in. Lighter's around 42. 42? Is it? No way. It's not around 42. There's no way in hell it's 42. 12. That sounds better. Yeah, 42, my anus. All right, we have Spirit Box. That's it. It's not giving us the other stuff. Is there a mirror or circle in this map? Every cursed possession can be in this map. It's just a 1 in 7 chance. What did I say earlier? It cut the juice, so it can't be a djinn. We have Spirit Box. It couldn't be a djinn anyway. What are you hiding from us, hot sauce? Yeah. Well, through the book, I can't cross off the book. It's not no writing. It's just that it's not going to be the evidence it provides me. It could be hiding it. Because I'm on Nightmare, right? First in chat. Whoa, let's go. You did it. What are you hiding from us? Dude. Matches are early, yeah. Depends on what tier you're on. Let's get maybe some objectives. Motion sensor, we need 3 videos, crucifix. Well, we can do this. Crucifix. And the motion sensor. Yeah, let's do this. Do I like public lobbies? They're fine. They're fine. Am I being interviewed? What is happening? Never been here before. Okay, Cap. Why Celsius instead of Fahrenheit? It's just the way that the game starts you. It starts you on Celsius, so I left it. And it's just easier in your mind to think if it's below 0, then you know that you have evidence, right? I guess. Damn. What's your favorite color? Who are you? 5 years and 8 months of not knowing this dude, right? Well, I can't check for UV yet. Son of a bitch. Okay, now I might have forgotten my lighter. That's all right. I need to go back to the truck anyway. It's fine. It was telling myself to leave. So glad it's in C. I'd go mental if it were F. I mean, it'd be fine. There you are. Hi, friend. You want to knock on that real quick? I'm just going to go grab salt. F this. F this. We're going to go grab salt. What is your current stance for the state of a tax bracket for a grasshopper? Well, it depends if it's on a Wednesday in February. Might hunt? Nah, we're fine. No, it's not going to do anything. We forgot it in the truck. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. It's my fault. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Mimi, welcome in. It's my fault, nobody else's. Don't forget the lighter. Thank you. Thanks. What about a Tuesday in August? Oh, no, now you're encroaching on roach territory. Gotta be careful about that. Lighter. Grab you while we're here, and we'll grab you while we're here. Still nothing, huh? All right. Oh, wait. I have a free hand. Let's bring the other crucifix. Wait, no. Salt. That's what I wanted. Salt. What is the airspeed velocity of an... Ay, caramba. Grab all the lighters. You can't. You can only grab one. Hot diggity dog. Can you light the campfire in camp? No, you just look at it and it ignites. I'm assuming you've never played before, but your name is Phasmophobia, which is really, really interesting. Hi, Plague. How are you? Ghosty? Didn't you used to be able to grab all the lighters? You used to be able to grab both. So there used to be 2 lighters, and you could grab both of them. Okay. Doing things. Doing stuff. You're walking here. Maybe you'll leave the room. Hey, Jesse, how are you? Well, damn it. That just ruins everything. Maybe it's freezing. Oh, come on. Where's this? Give. Do. Give. Do. Stuff. Things. Give. Do. Okay, you're obviously not giving me dots. You can't be a Goryo. We don't have orbicals. What? Why is it all the way in the corner? What in the hell? What in the hell? Fiverr. That didn't record. Oh, F you. Spirit or twins? What is the sound? God damn it. Let's try this. Enjoyed the video from the other day. We had played, Public Lobbies Incognito. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely do that again. That's 100% going to happen. Well, I need 3 videos more than I need sounds, right? I haven't recorded anything yet, right? Oh, I did get an interaction. Okay, give me this. Go for spirit. Could be. I don't. Nice, nice. Prevent a hunt with a crucifix. Well, what are the odds I do that successfully back over with the circle? What are the odds? Came back. How's it going? It's going well, friend. How are you? Tis going well. You know what? We'll leave that there. Let's go. What does that sound? It's a metronome. There's a metronome on the floor. I have ads coming. We can't wait too long. Can't wait too long. We do need to figure out what it is, though. He's a spirit. Could be. Could be twins. I don't know. Not the ads. Yeah. I pause for the ads, though. I always do. No, it can't be a shade. We have EMF 5 and Spirit Box, and it's Walked in Salt. It's either Spirit or Twins. It can't be anything else. How effective is it to try to test for twins by seeing if it interacts with something far away? I mean, what are the odds that you get the ghost to interact with something very far away and you're able to know that the ghost is not there and it's doing twin interactions? Honestly, in my opinion, it's better to just do the hunt. All right. Let's make sure our sanity is set up. The difference between Sunny Meadows and Sunny Restricted is that with Sunny Restricted, it is one of the 5 areas of this map. It is either the middle, female wing, male wing, hospital wing, or restricted. All right, so there is a crucifix over there near the ghost, and there's one over here, right? Hello, Puppet. All right, that should count. Yeah, so there's our crucifix burn. There's that. And now we just see how long it takes to hunt us. Would sound sensors help with that? Oh, yeah. If you have sound sensors in different parts of the map and you hear it, let's say you have one over here and then you have one over near the kitchen. And, well, that's too far. And then you have one over in, like, the classroom. And then you hear it throwing something here, but the ghost is actually over there. That's usually a good sign. All right, let me go get... Yeah, I have more than enough time. It's guaranteed 90 seconds or 180. Guaranteed. And my sanity is absolutely tanked. And the reason for that is because we used the circle. Photo? I'm not worried about a perfect game on this one. Nah. Loving the content, my boy. Thanks, old sport. All right, get this, get this. Look at that. 3 smudgies. We're ready to rock. Ready to rock. So really, this door is going to be our indication of twin or not. But also when it starts hunting, that's going to be really helpful. Oh, it's past 90 already. Already passed. I think it's going to be a spirit, but we'll know for sure. Lucas, thank you so much, friend. Favorite ghost to map? Favorite ghost to mimic? My favorite map is Willow. Why Willow? Because I love the layout. Why Mimic? I love its ability. This is going to be a spirit. It's fine. I once heard somebody saying that a Mimic should fake dots because then it could also be able to mimic a Goryo and the player could know it. What do you think about that? I think that sounds awful. If the ghost is able to fake evidence, I think it would be terrible gameplay. Cat, welcome in. Thank you, Luca. Just my personal opinion. I think if it could mimic it, then it could still, no matter what, be a mimic, right? What if you have a ghost that is like you can't see those orbs anywhere? You would get fooled so much. Oh, ads are. Let's see. I say waiting for ads because they just started playing, but there's nothing that's going to be happening. Teach how to play? Yeah, watch the videos. All right, there's the timer. 3 minutes is up. Spirit. Okay, now we just wait for the hunt to end. Spirit, let's go. Yeah, we knew it. We knew it. It's not coming anywhere over here right now. How can you play in Sunny Meadows? Oh, you just started up. You just hit Sunny Meadows and play. Death Star, thank you for the daily heart, me friend. Hope that answered your question. I know that, but it's too big. No, it's not. It's fine. All right. It's done. We leave. It's a spirit. Am I Mimic? I could be. This is very possible. Alrighty, to the truck. This is absolutely Esperate. Get me out. Get me out. Ad started playing in the middle of that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Stallone, thank you for the daily. Did random when it first started playing and got sunny before you unlocked it? See, that is one way to get it. That is one way, is by doing random stuff. Spirit. Here, we'll sit on the screen when the ad stops, so that way when people come back, they know. Any tips for making large maps a bit easier to tackle when playing solo? When you're playing solo, one of the things that can benefit the most is a parabolic microphone. The tier 1 parabolic is 20-meter range. Tier 2 and 3 are 30. So it covers a very wide range. Now, visually, if you want to see what that looks like, let me see. Let's just start at the wall. This right there to the wall is 10 meters, right? So actually, I guess I could do it like this. Let me do it like this. I give you an actual visual. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. I can't hear shit. So about to there is 10, right? So this right from here to that wall is like 18 meters. It's further than this. From here to that wall, the tier 1 paramike can pick up from there to there. So that's how much range it can cover, which can save you a lot of time if the ghostie's not doing much. So the paramikes can be extremely useful. Sound sensors, placing those in other areas, spreading them apart, opening up the range as much as possible. Yeah. All right, ads are done. Welcome back. It was a spirit. We knew what it was. We knew what it was. Hypnotix, thank you for the 3 months, friend. Use sound sensors basically every medium and large map. They are very useful. It's just that they're not used very often. That's all. All right. Well, I guess we do another random. What time is it? 3:30 almost? We're good. Every ghost throw seems like a pulty throw sometimes. It can seem that way, but you just got to be really careful. Yeah. Lynch, welcome in. Just got to be careful. How can you find your way around in prison? The more you play it, the better you're going to get. You can also use maps to understand what the layout looks like. Yeah. Hey, Melly, I'm good. How are you? Welcome in. Mags, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you for the prime. All right. To another random. We might as well. Been sticking to it. Do I think I'm the only one with Prestige 20? No. There were people that got Prestige 20 the first week that Prestige was added. No. There's many people that have it. You guess prison? Let's see if I can nail it again. I think this time it's going to take me to like something crappy. It's been going too well. It's going to take me to like Point Hope. Okay, I'll take Grafton. Imagine getting Prestige 20. It's determination, yes, but there were people that were dedicated to trying to knock it out so they did not have to worry about it. Yeah. Pull up the cheat sheet up on your phone so you don't get lost. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it'd be really cool. I kind of can't, in a way, I kind of can't wait until they allow modding to happen because I have ideas and just a matter of talking to people about different things that could be added just for fun. That could be cool. No Blood Moon? No. Nope. I don't see that happening anytime soon. It's fine. Whatever, dude. I don't even want it anyway. Alex Gayton. Repel. Capture a photo. And crucifix. All right. Let's go. Get our lighter. Get our lighter. Hi, 6 foot. How are you, friend? Don't want to get yelled at. Thank you, Luca. They should increase the max player count to 6 or something. I think it would be cool to experience it, but I have a feeling that gameplay-wise, it would probably not be the best. Yeah. Ghosty. Oh, the kiddos? They're good, man. Busy as could be. Between sports and dance and all this stuff. Oh, you're upstairs, you turd. You turd. I think, again, I think 6 would be fun to try. Like, give us a weekly where it completely changes the way we play like that. Like, a weekly playlist where that week we can play with 6 players. Right? Or like a locked in challenge. Holy boner, Batman. Where we get locked in and we literally can't leave until we know what the ghost is. Bye, Squeakers. Miss you. I haven't heard anything yet. Probably a silly question. I get recommended the videos and I find some like 6 months old and some, wait, and I see some log cabin. Is it possibly Bleasdale or Grafton? I'm assuming it looks very like asset mappy. Wife doing good too? She is. She's doing very well. Very well, sir. How are things going for you, Cap? Code, welcome in. What do you mean, please, no doll room? That's where all the fun is. That or the mannequin room, right? Oh. Sag. Old Woodwind? Old Woodwind? You mean Old Maple Lodge? No, that was done more than 6 months ago. Aw, come on. What the hell? There's no ghost. We can leave. Oh, it's going to be the attic, isn't it? Attic ghost? I feel like it is. You son of a... God damn it. That means it's going to be like upstairs and downstairs. It's effed up and they haven't fixed it yet, where it like goes back and forth between that room and it still's in the same room. What ghost? We literally just walked in the door. I have no idea. No clue. No idea. Just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Yeah. All right, get you in there. We'll get you in there, get you in there. Wait, you don't already know what the ghost is? Oh, stuck on the wall. How do people loop the ghost without anything? Practice. Grass is dead. You need to stop watching TikTok. Put it down. Stop scrolling for like a day. Delete the app, whatever you need to do. Oh my Lanza? Oh my, hey, that didn't record. Hey, you shit. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. I don't think that recorded. What a jerkhole. Maybe? No, I wanted to be more like over here. Like these. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll work. Video recordings, it's tough, dude. It stops. All it takes is it clipping into something and then it removes you recording anything and then all of a sudden it starts back up again. Maybe I got it? No. Mother. How can you play with me whenever I play with viewers? On the purple side, friend, whenever we have viewer days. Yep. Don't mislead new players. That's not very kind. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oliver, welcome in. How are you? Always hope. Oh, listen, the best part about the mannequin room is that it's right near it's not far from the front door. When you get something like this, it's either, you saw where the ghost spawned, it spawned on the stairs. Because there's something that happens with this room where the ghost thinks its room boundaries are here and also the room below. So if you ever get the room below, make sure that it's not the room above. It can really throw you off. Okay, I'm not seeing anything right now. Do this. Do this. Do this. Do I want to do these three? You know what? We're going to risk it for the biscuit here and do that so we can check for UV. Yeah, that seems better. Much better. Experienced a lot of bleed through at the basement to the dining room on Tangle. It happens. Same kind of thing. Same concept. Diet, welcome in. Amity, hello. What map is this? This is Grafton. Stippies? 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 Nothing. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Why is it not registering my voice? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Do you want custom maps? No, they would suck. Where are you? Are you here? No, custom maps would be horrible. Damn, dude. We're not getting anything. No orbs, no anything. No, nothing. Oh, God. Oh, God. Right in my face. Ugh. All right, well, we got something. When was the last event? It was the Halloween event. It was very recent. That's the same kind of walk. Hey, leave me alone. You bully? No. No. It's going to go away. Okay. Can you be a mayor? No, you can't even be a mayor, so it doesn't even matter. Both ghost of what was the one ghost event a physical one? I don't remember now. That was a shadow. That was definitely not. What are you hiding? Possible Oni. Maybe the freezing is just taking 1,500 years. Hard to say. Oh, but it could be a Goryo. Oh, gross. Oh, I didn't think about that. All right. Well, we need stuff. Yeah, it's on Nightmare. Yeah. Take a picture of it. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me pull the camera straight out my ass. I got it. There's nothing there. I got to get one. No, it can't be a Goryo. Yeah, you're right. Because we saw it in person. So we know it can't be that. Bring you. Bring a smudge. Bring a motion sensor to make sure it stays up in that room. Maybe? Maybe? Oh, you talented. Yes, thank you for the prime. Chris, welcome in. What is happening with the lighting? Right now, I'm just guessing that it's that. It's hard to say. Oni don't do white mist. I know. Got it. I'm very well aware. The amount of instruction and do this that's happening over there is wild. Do this. It's not that. Do this. They can't do this. No shit. Smells like an Oni or a Dio. Yeah, but I'm not getting spirit box unless my spirit box stuff is screwed. Let's try again. Where are you? You know what it hasn't done? It hasn't messed with the book at all. Could be writing. Maybe it's just being a jerkhole, you know? Do the ting? Maybe. You showed me dots once. You want to do it again? One more time. You show me. Oh, there you are. What are you doing coming from down there? Jesus Christ. Was that a 5? Where'd it go? I heard it. I heard it for like a second. I swear I heard it. Why did it? I don't know why it like was a 5 and it decided not. There it is again. There we go. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that was a 5. Absolutely. I heard it too. So that would make it an Oni or a Raiju. So we would be able to tell via the speed of this booger. Oh, what are you doing? Why do you keep coming from down there? What is going on? I'm losing it. It continues to come from from downstairs. I don't know what the hell's going on. Did I see the cursed possession? He was doing that to Shushi's last night. They kept giving 5 and stopping after 1. So like, what is happening? What is happening? Hey, we have hiding in there. Nice. Keep it together. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Let's go double check what the cursed is. Yeah, I have not been ghost farted on. This is very true. So it is possible. Oh, no. It's you. J-Bomb, welcome in. Hello. Oh, man. All right. Let me set up shop. Oh, dang it. Hangman time. I am not tied. I'm not going to get a hanged man. It's not going to happen. I don't like the cards as a solo player. I like the cards as a group because they can be very fun. Very entertaining. As a solo, it's just, hey, let's risk it to die for no reason. You know what I mean? Picking up what I'm putting down? Towers and hermits. Right. Endless towers and hermits. You're right. All right, let's put this over here. Just in case it decides to say hello. I don't think I have any other electronics that the ghosty can speed up with. Do I? Other than this, right? It can use the motion sensor upstairs, which is fine. I kind of want it. Oni breath time. That'd be nice. It would, I mean, that would immediately tell us what the ghost is. All right, there goes 25 of our sanity. And in another 25, ooh, maybe I just let it hunt. Because if I get a sun card, we're screwed. Not screwed, but then we're back to 100 again. It should hunt me very, very soon. I think we just let it hunt. And I use this to let it speed up a little bit extra. Yeah. What is the best solo cursed item? That is per the user, friend. There is no best. I might like Music Box and someone else might like the circle. It just depends on who you are. It's the same thing with the tier items. You might like tier 3 of something and I might like tier 2. You might like tier 1. It's subjective. Everything is subjective. No, you don't pull more cards when you're waiting for a hunt. Because then if you get a sun card, you're screwed and then you've wasted it. No. Pull more cards. No, that's a dumb idea. Don't do that. Once we know what the ghosty is, then we pull the rest of the cards. That sounds like an Oni. You know how we know it's an Oni? Multiple reasons why. A, it's extraordinarily visible. B, it did not speed up when it went past electronics. Oni. Oni. Well, the best cursed item is whatever helps you or whatever is the most fun for you. It just depends on what you're trying to do. You know? Quicksilver, think of the biddies, dude. All right. 25 back. Another 25. If I would have kept pulling cards, I would have completely eliminated what we did to get rid of sanity. Oni. I mean, Hermit. Oh, look, another 25. A useless tower card. Another useless tower card. Oh, look, another useless tower card. I deserve that. Yep, I had that coming. That was... Yep. Absolutely had that coming. Deserved every single bit of what just happened.
Got some jobs ready for you.
Pull the cards, they said. They're the best item in the entire game, they said. There's no way you'll get a hanged man, they said. Finish the cards, Flash. Yeah? You like what you saw? Is this good for you? You happy? You happy? Because this is where we are now. This is what you get. Ninja, think of it at 33 months. Talk trash about the cards, they retaliate. Fair. That is a very fair assessment. So next time, be nice to your cursed possessions, and they'll be nice back. What did we learn today? We learned you need to be nice to your cursed objects so they are nice in return. Bonanza, thank you for the biddies. God damn it. Yeah, that's karma right in the face. I just realized that you don't have a tarot emote. Luca. What does that look like, Luca? What do you mean? It's literally right there. That is, there's literally a tarot emote. I have every cursed object. I should. Dark Wolf, how are you? Welcome in. Oh my God. Well, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Nell, please. Oh, but that wouldn't be very random of us if I chose the map. Is Reporter Prestige 20? No, Reporter is if you're a kinetic partner. Just wish for knowledge and can't see that well anymore. Hey, Dak, welcome in. Oh, man. Son of a bitch. Not for kids. Thank you for the 28 months. I will never be nice to the summoning circle. That's fair. And you wonder why I don't use the cards. The last time we used the cards, there was a hanged man card. I used the cards this time. That's a hanged man card. I can't tell you the last time that I had 2 hanged mans and 2 decks. It's been a minute. You have an idea for me? I'm good. Thank you. Hey, Urban, what's up? Like the badge. How do you become a kinetic game partner? You have to go apply in their server. Yeah. You have to average a certain amount, whether you stream or a certain amount of views on your videos, to be a content creator for them. But you can apply. Absolutely. It is open. It is open. Close your eyes and pick a map. You mean random? This microphone is a Shure SM7B. Shure SM7B. Sarah, welcome in. What's up, Cherry? Skelly. Jewel, thank you for the subs. Is today the last day for the discount? Last 2 plays goes to the top of Point Hope. Oh, yuck. Gross. 21 hours left. Okay. Thank you. 'Tis good to know. How much time do we have? 30 minutes until ads? We're good. We are doing just fine. Hey, Lydia, welcome in. Happy birthday, friend. Happy birthday. We might as well keep going, man. We've been doing random this whole time. We might as well keep doing it. And hopefully stay lucky. I thought you didn't like random. You know, we just decided to be a little spicy. I was going to let chat vote, but they wanted random. So here we are. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Full Sunny Meadows. And Brownstone. Absolutely not. Nope. Full Sunny. I'm cool with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. See, look, it's normal rain. We're going to find the ghost, lickety split. It's going to be near the front, and then we'll be able to just move on. Do you want to show orbs? That'd be super fun. See you, Maddie. Have a good one. No Orbeez. Oh, I was hoping to just get lucky in one of these, but I don't think it's going to happen. We're not that lucky. Thunder, how are you? Time to show those parabolic. I mean, well, someone was asking earlier about it. What I could always do is set up microphones as well. You know what? Let's do that first. You know what? No. Give. Gimme. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let me check and see. Is the power outside? Or in the front? There's no power there. I don't think I can see it there. Okay. We will see. This is a chapel. Well, this has a chapel, but yeah, see how the power's not there right now?
Blizzard.
Johnny! Thank you for the subs, dude. Holy shit. Oh my God. Johnny Rico. Oh, found the power. Thank God. Did I just hear the ghost? Did I just luck out and hear the ghost? Put one here. I'm not going to use that one. Let's go back this way. I think we found it. Ironically. What map is this? This is Sunny Meadows. Sunny Meadows. Let's see. No. Unmute. Go down there. I think I heard it here. I just did. It just threw something. Let's try here. I wish there were settings for random so you could block certain maps. I agree. I wish that you had a little more control over that too. So you could decide to randomly choose a small map instead of it having to include large maps as well. It would be really nice to have like a filter. So maybe one day they'll add it. Just keep suggesting it to them. Hey OJ, what's up, dude? How are you? Johnny, thank you so much, man. Just tried the prison on not doing that solo ever again. It's a very large map. Very large map. All right, let's take this. It might be in that room. Maybe? Yeah, let's go check that office. Carry an umbrella? Nah, it's not that wet. We're fine. We'll be fine.
Lizard.
Bonanza, thank you for the biddies. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Is there any way to know if the ghost is a mare when you're looping the ghost? No, because you can't flip any light. You can't get the mare to do its ability. Don't. Not a Yurei. Not a Yurei. No freezing. Not that I can tell yet. Okay, good deal. Let us get some lights. Cursed object. Yeah, I'm playing on Nightmare, so I do have a cursed object. Have I ever not rung the bell in Sunny? Have I ever not rung the bell? Oh, I'm sure. I could guarantee that there's many a time that I have not rung the bell. Like on the first way in? Absolutely. To earn the drops from Phas, do I need to spend money? No. No. Outside of spending money to have internet or a phone or something? No. Nope. The Phas drops, whenever they are available to all, and you just have to watch. It's just about watch time. All right, let's go take UV, spirit box, writing, and keep trucking. I'm going to do this too. Oh, I can't even take any yet. Hot diggity dog. What do you get from the Phas drops? As of right now, you get ID cards and badges. Whenever they do custom characters, character models, then you'll start to be able to unlock like different cosmetics. But until that time, ID cards and badges have been what they've done. When does it end? Oh, it's not going on. So it can't end because it can't start. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? There's hiding in the room. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? You thought you saw orbs? Where are you? I might have missed it. Yikes. I don't see any orbs. I say nay. I say nay, nay. Excuse me. There we go. Let's do this. Oh. There we go. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Are they going to bring in customs for the characters? What do you mean? They're going to allow you to customize your character, I can only imagine. Right? Tobias, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you all so much. Bad pig. What halogen? No door touches. My My friend let the ghost kill me once and didn't tell me. Scared the crap out of you? Welcome to Phaz. Welcome. Don't have that in there. We don't have that in there. We don't have that in there. That's just an initiation into the game. It's the way it's meant to be. Mr. Bonanza, have a good one. Thank you for hanging out. I'd want to customize my character as old school punk with a mohawk. Listen, how cool would that be? Like, picture the characters from, like, Return of the Living Dead. Like, being able to have them dress like that 80s punk style. That'd be pretty sick. All right. This here. Steppies. No steppies. Scooby-Doo. Listen, dude. There's going to be copyright, okay? There is going to be copyright. Wild, welcome in. Blue Banana, thank you for the 20 months. Is it possible for the ghost to kill you if playing with friendly ghost? Absolutely not. There's a 0% chance that the ghost can kill you on friendly ghost. If it does, then someone's cheating. Fair use. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff that could be fair use, for sure. A mystery machine truck would be pretty sick. Hey. Oh, Jesus. They tried to murder me. Wait, do I have any evidence right now? Did you just do Pulte things to me? No. Spirit box ghostwriting? No. Wait, do I have spirit box? Okay, well, you're not going to do that. Not a Pulte then. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Okay. Possible Goryo? It's not doing anything. Really close to freezing. Okay. Super shady? Yeah, but it's doing stuff with me in the room. I don't think it's a shade. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Oh, now you touch a door. No evidence for you. Wild Will, thank you for the follow, dude. Played with friendly ghost on. I was taking a video of the ghost and it said hunting ghost, and then it just killed me. I don't think you had friendly ghost on. Were you playing solo? Now hear me out. Oh, you suck. That was a really long dot. Recently, we've been having a lot of Goryos that the dots don't show up for very long. That one was really extended, so I don't know. Cursed hunt? Unfriendly ghost, you can't start a cursed hunt. I can show you. You can't. Putting a microphone in there, you can't hear the EMF through the microphone. That's not going to do you any good. I'm just trying to get a dot video. Yeah, if you have a clip of it happening with you getting killed in Friendly Ghost and you can prove you were on Friendly Ghost, I would definitely send it to him. But if it's just like, well, this happened and I have no proof of it, then it's going to be really hard to prove. All right, dude. All right, dude. You are taking too long, sister. Sound recording, capture a video of the ghost. Well, that would be nice. Okay. Hey, Tibby, how are you? If it is a Goryo, this is going to be way different than the Goryos that I always get. Hey, Saturn, welcome in. Hello. The Goryos I've been getting have been too tools. Absolute tools. All right, this is not a very good room to do this. I can only see so far into the room. So I think they should add more stamina. No. Because that'd be too easy to get away from the ghost. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to see dots in the camera, but not in person. Hey, Honorable, you're home safe. Let's go. I know you said you were a passenger princess, but still. Come on. We've seen... Oh, I don't think I saw that in person. I don't think so. EMF ultraviolet, so EMF 5. I'm almost certain that those dots were not in person. Yeah, the Goryo can enter the dot state more frequently. It's just a matter of actually having it happen. Because that's words that are directly from kinetic. One more time, please. One more time. Hello? It'd be nice. Oh, yeah, there you are. All right, 100%. Absolutely. We're not getting EMF 5. That's the problem. You know, let's leave this off. Maybe it'll actually do stuff and we'll get the EMF 5. Excuse me. Or not. I didn't want it anyway. Well, there you go. We have this. Oh. Me too. We have EMF 5. We have dots. We didn't see it in person. It's a Goryo. Yeah. Give me you. Good spot on Sunny. Oh, it could be way worse. Absolutely could be worse. Record, please. Record, please. You're taking too long. That might have counted. I don't know if it did. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All the objectives are done. Lovely. Lovely. Can I help you and your friend? Yeah, watch my videos. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you for the dono, dude. I didn't hear the alert sound, but I heard the TTS, though. Another EMF 5, please. Oh, thank you, friend. Lizzie, hello. Oh, excuse you. You saw that. Holy shit. All right, we're fine. It's getting angry. It's getting angry. How do you stop being scared of solo? You just have to force yourself to do it. Honestly, it's one of the best ways. Ghosty. Come on. Exposure therapy. Absolutely. It is the way. Green! No, thank you. Green, thank you for the subs. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is it in my inventory? It is. Wait, what are you? What are you? Wait, do I already have a translucent ghost? No, I didn't. Lovely. Put you there. We'll do one of these. Do one of those. Put that over there. Go up here. Go get smudges before we die. Okay. We're doing good. That's how you stop being scared. Next time there's a challenge mode that gives you half teas. Oh yeah, that's another really good point too. When the weekly challenges come out, if you're on a low tier, like let's say you're on tier 1 and there's a weekly challenge where it gives you all tier 3, it's a really nice way to be able to test what that feels like. I have both cameras out in this hallway and I don't know why. Oh, look, an abyss. Yeah. Green iris. Thank you. Hope to never stop being scared. Listen, as long as the goat... Did I duplicate my audio? Son of a bitch. Thank you. As long as the ghosties keep just like spawning right in your face, I will continue to get jump scared by the game. It's just inevitable. It will happen. How do you get levels as a new player? By not dying. Started watching recently. Become one of the... Oh, thank you, friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Let's do this sound. You do these. I get these. Okay, I wasn't about to record that because I couldn't hear what it was. Nope. Not today, Satan. Come on, do the thing. I have no photos. Gotta work on that too. We'll put all of our media right here. There's that. There's that. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, your Seahawks are about to play. Nice. GG's. Oh, gross. Wait, no. Don't you dare. No, throw it away. No. Already have a ghost event. Don't do it. Nice. Turn that off. Deuces. Get a picture of that. Lovely. Do this. Video wise, what do I have? Translucent, door move, shadow ghost. I could get an object throw. I heard it. I don't know how you're doing it, but I heard it. Don't even think about football right now being a huge... Oh, Eagles fan? Oh, gotcha. We always end up watching the Chiefs because my son's a Chiefs fan. I don't care that much. Gorio and Sunny, ew. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so I can take a picture of the cursed. I can take a picture of the bone. Come on, Stinky. Do I play on PC? I do. I does. Is that out here? Ah! Come on. You hate the MF5 sound? Oh, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Hey, little Gump, what's up? No more? Are you done with me? You're a Gorio. You're not, you're staying here. You're not going anywhere. Come on. Come on. If you have a challenge for me, you're more than welcome to put it inside of my server. Don't I already have a door moved? I certainly does. Ghost, come on. Fire extinguished, translucent ghost, door moved, shadow ghost. Okay, idea. You know what? Here, you keep this here with you. I'll be back. Is it true that they're doing a hotel, a motel map, or an apartment? Well, where did they say they were doing that? Oh, great cards. Gross. Cruciburn? That's what I was thinking. Possibly in the plans. Song, I just assume that they don't have a thought. So that's what comes out when there's no thought process. I think they mean because the photos in the diner. Oh, because of the video that I made? No, they literally just said they heard someone say something about it 3 years ago. Oh, you suck. The second I put this crap down. Mean-spirited. Come on, dude. Well, I could do motion sensor for the video. That would make it a little bit easy. Door move, already got it. No thanks. What? I literally just watched it throw this. You're a jerk. That was a one-frame ghost event. Did you see that? I saw it pop up and go away. There we go. Thank you. Okay. I need 2 photos. 2 photos. So Burnt Cruci could be one. And then a picture of the ghost event that's about to happen could be the other one. Will you be doing the weekly challenge today? No, whenever it rotates over, it's too late for me. So I always do the weekly on Mondays and then I post it on Tuesdays. Ghosty, we need another event, please. Hello. Not today. Not feeling it. No. EMF, bone, tarot. Getting a photo of the dots isn't going to happen. Ghost event and Burnt Cruci would be nice. I do not go live every day. No. Nope. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I also work a 40 to 50 hour a week job. And I also have a family. All the tings. All the tings. But I like if they did collabs. I think collabs would be a really cool idea. Maybe one day we'll get lucky and they'll do them. Do this. I forgot all the videos, right? Yeah, we don't even need a motion sensor anymore. It's a Goryo. It's not going very far from its room. The other crucifix will definitely be useful. Yeah. Tips on finding the ghost room. Well, tips on finding the ghost room depends on the map. If you're on a large map, parabolic microphone. If you are on a smaller map, getting the power on and checking to see what rooms are colder. If the ghost isn't doing much. Like if you can't check with a EMF because the ghost isn't throwing anything, start checking temps. There we go. No point in this. No. Well, no. Hey, leave it alone, a-hole. Let's put this one like here, and then we'll put this one over here. Yeah. And I'm gonna go get the cards. I think that's what's gonna happen. Get the last picture with the tarot cards. That's the hope. I'm not very confident on what happened to us the last time I pulled cards, but we're gonna try anyway. Yeah. Gonna start dinner. You're good. Okay, thank you. Oh wait, what did I do? Did I take them downstairs? Wait. Oh god, I've already forgot. Yo, this mod what? Hangman man off the bat. You don't say that. I already took him downstairs, son of a bitch. I've already forgotten all the things we've done. Bro, 3 times. Well, if you keep talking about the spamming thing, I'm just going to remove you because it's annoying as shit to watch. You could just grow up and get over it. I think that's probably a good idea. Remove me then. Oh, that's not a problem. You could remove yourself. There's no need to request, and you also don't have to announce your departure. It's not a fucking airport. 5-year-old. They're going to go tell their mom. They're going to go tell their mom. Some person on the internet was really mean to them today. Fucking weirdo. Yeah, you lost your tech time for the day. How do you feel about that, creep? Standing on business. Dude, they wouldn't get over it. Mods were telling them to stop spamming. They're like, I'm not spamming. Must have been the wind. Yeah. God damn, dude, just get over it. Listen, man, we do the best we can, guys, right? They wanted the attention. Well, they got their attention. There we go. Now we can get over it. They're going to remember this for the rest of the day. We're going to forget about them in 5 minutes. All right. What do you say we pull some cards and probably not live? Okay. We're ready. Can he join back? I don't give a shit. Valid crash out, yeah. All right. What are the odds that we pull a Hanged Man card? I think it's very low. I think we're okay. I think we'll be fine. I bet you I'm going to pull like 3 Tower cards. I'm going to pull 2 Wheel of Fortunes, 2 Hermits, and 2 Event cards. And that might equal 10. I'm not sure. Oh, a High Priestess would be lovely. That's rude as shit, but the power's right here. Right next to Ghosty. Portions, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. 2 death cards? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. All right, I do need to be at the ready, though, because if Ghosty does show up, I need to get a photo of it. Portion, how was your... Shh. What the hell? What is that square? Oh, it's venting. Portion, welcome in. How was your stream? All right. Cards time? Oh, God. Did I pick them up and bring them to the room? Oh, this was a bad idea. Uh-oh. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. I can't see them. It was good. Doing some fast with your son. Oh, that sounds cool. I think I'm going to get my son to play here soon. It was in the room. Oh, there it is. Look. Oh, I see them. Look at this. Okay. Do not drop cards in this room. Or if you do, do it in a way better spot, like over here or something. Let's do this. This is a Goryo, by the way. This is a Goryo that hunted from out in the hallway. What a jerk. You got a Goryo too? Would you just finish hunting? How to hunt from outside? Roaming. My guess, what's a possibility, that right outside of this room, The ghosty thinks it's still in its room. Yeah, we hear ya, shush. All right, let's try this again. You know what? Better idea. Let's cover this corner from over here. Like this, in case it decides to do that again. And we'll do this over here. Yeah? I think that's the way. I think that's how we do it. All right. What did I do with the cards again? Oh my God. All right. I've got a smudge here. Oh, hi. There. I'm just making sure I've got all my goods. Got all the stuff. All right. We don't need you. We turn you off. The lighting is getting all jacked up in here. Or it was just 2 steps away when you pulled the... I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't keep track of the cards because they keep going under stuff. Where are they? There's no way they were still in my hand when I got back over here, right? Stop blowing out my firelights, you bastard. Next to the EMF. There they are. Good spot. Good spot. This floor sucks. I can't see shit. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Now, is this corner actually covered? 'Tis the question. Is it actually covered? What I should do, I should just do this. No, it's better to be safe than sorry. Better to be safe than sorry. So we'll do that. We'll take this one, we'll put it right here. If it starts out in the hallway, it'll be fine. Stop. All right, now it's trapped here for 60 seconds. Hey-o, there we go. Now we're talking. Nice. A ghost event would still be nice. A ghost event would still be good. Because now that it ate that crucifix, now we're in danger. We're going to put that right there. Okay, we need a ghost event. A ghost event would be nice. You're not hunting. What the? Oh. Oh, come on. My last card. We get a High Priestess card. So I'm going to have to YOLO during a hunt. Oh, no, I can't even make a hunt happen. What does it do? So a High Priestess card is kind of like, it's a free life. So if anybody is dead, when you pull that card, they will be revived. Or if multiple people are dead, it will revive someone randomly. If you are not dead and you get that card, that means you basically get a free life where if you die, you come back to life. What we are trying to do right now is get Ghosty to say hello so I can take a photo. Do you think a ping system in Phas? No. It would take away from the realism. Doesn't seem like something they would be interested in. I just need a ghost. I can't take a photo of anything else. EMF, tarot, bone, burned, event or hunting ghost. I mean, or like just the ghost in general, right? I can't take a photo of the dots because it's a... That will do. I will take that. Love you. Kisses. Bye. Never mind. We're good. Everything's fine. That's all I needed. That's all we need. This is Nightmare, yeah. And I have dots, EMF. We know it's a Goryo because we could see the dots without, we could see the dots only in the camera. We couldn't see it in person. So that's how we knew. We got our audio. We got our video. We've got our photos. We got all the objectives. We know exactly what it is. Let's go. The last photo was a nightmare. Yeah, we finally got it though. Thank goodness. Thank freaking goodness, dude. Lovely timing. I didn't want to sit there for 15 years. What the hell's going on up here? Okay. Oh, no, you know what? No, it's not even worth it. I was going to say it's a waste of a high priestess. The issue is that we pulled a sun card. So that means that all my sanity was replenished. To use it, we would have had to have sat there and waited for it to drain my sanity. It would be way too long. I'm not about to do all that. Yeah. If I would have pulled the high priestess and then it would have hunted, absolutely it can take me. Goryo at prison. I mean, Goryo at Sunny Meadows. What a nightmare. But we got it though. And it was not very far from the entrance. Thank God. Ads are about to start, friends. I do 3 minutes every hour. Just a heads up. If you get hit, that's why. That is why. It's 3 minutes every hour. Do-do-boo-do. Do-boo-do. Boo-do-boo-do. God, they take forever to start though. Loving the chill music? Yeah. Sundays, I usually try to make it such just a nice, chill, relaxed time, which is usually not a chill, relaxed time. It's kind of a lie. It's kind of a fib. There they go. Kind of a fib. Gee, thank you for the follow. Portion, thank you again, friend, so much for the raid. I hope that stream was amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful freaking day, dude. Crocheting while you watch? Oh, what are you making? How you got card? I got card kinetic partner received. Applied Discord server. Yeah. Gee, thank you for the prime. I'm just responding in the way at which I was asked. It felt appropriate. Dorito, hello. I'm sorry. Ever since you whispered to me that, that's all I can think of when I see your name because of Cheebs. I'm so sorry. How is everyone? We're good, dude. How are you? McDonald's, what's up, dude? Bye, Snake. Have a good one. Do you have any plans to play Mimesis with the others again? Probably. It's been a lot of fun the last few times we've played it. It's been a lot of fun. Trying to draw straight lines. Trying to draw on straight lines are a struggle. Oh, I would fail miserably. It's really funny to say Dorito. So I that would be a very Cheebs thing to do. I like it. It's been fun. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's always a blast, man. Always a blast. Tomorrow we have the weekly, and then after the weekly, we'll see what's going on. There is a game. I was watching Doc play the other night. He was playing with Mel. What were they playing? It was it Species Unknown? That might be the game that I saw. If it was, it looked really cool. Now, I don't know what kind of monsters that game has. Yeah, that looked really neat. I would love to get a group together for that. How's FNAF? It was good. It was good. We beat it. Me and the partner are also blasting the 50 nails, and I accidentally called a back-to-back blood moon. Ooh, but blood moons are fun. Blood moons are fun. All right, let's see here. Okay. I know that ads are playing, but we're going to end things over on the other sides on Tube and Talk. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for all the love today. We're going to go find someone to raid here soon. Very soon. It is almost 4:30 my time. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I know ads are still playing. We're going to go back over to this screen, though. First blood moon was a mimic. Oh, you lucky dog. You lucky dog. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Ads are done. Welcome back, friends. Thank you, Mira. Thank you. Thank you. Walk on sound should be the opening of a bag. No, that would be awful. I would hate it. I would hate it. I hate listening to people struggle with bags. It's awful. It's the worst. Back into Phaz with your buddies. Hey, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I hope you guys are having a blast, man. It's a fun game. 'Tis very fun. Thank you, Divine. All right. Let us go find someone to say hi to. We are past my usual time. We are past the usual time. Oh God. Oh God, I pressed a button. I didn't mean to press the drop button. There are no drops. Let's go see. Going to find friends? Yeah, we'll find us a friend to say hi to. Madman, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. If you guys are subs and you're not already connected to the server, make sure that you guys do connect your Twitch to Discord. So that way you guys can get the access to the other channels that are there. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Shay? Welcome in. What about the ASMR crunch? I would rather the bag. I would rather the bag. Absolutely not. Have a good one, Heater. Thank you. Absolutely not. Listening to people eat, even worse. Way worse. No, you're good. No, Ike, you're good. We're gonna go find someone to say hi to as well. It is past my time, friend. On Sundays, I try to cut off usually close to 4. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we go to about, usually we go to like midnight-ish, my time on the East Coast. Flash loved the Easter with the, oh. Okay, maybe I'm glad that the Easter event's the same and it's not going to be anything to do with that. That was yikes. Yikes and a half. All right, hold on. Let me make sure. You know, I know where we're going. All right. My lovely friends, thank you guys for an awesome month. I am excited for December. We are working on December things as we speak. I want the Akon, but not the nom. Right. I would agree with that 1,000,000%. Akon, yes. Nom noms, no. Keep it. It was like, I think that was made by CJ. Nobody liked the noises, Mel. Hi, friend. Nobody. If you did, you're a liar, and we don't like you. Saw a small hand behind me. You probably did, little turds. They're doing like their own locked in challenge. It's last to leave. See y'all next month. Tee-hee. Off to sleep. Good night, Renzi. I got to figure out a goal for next month, too. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I doesn't know. My lovely friends, my lovely beans, if you are a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. My creepy tier 3s, you have your own. We are not going to raid into Phasmo. We are going to raid into a different game. But it has nice vibes, super chill. I would love to actually, I have yet to play Power Wash Sim 2. I need to at some point. I need to. Thank you guys for all the follows. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you guys are not already following the amazing, lovely teammates like Mrs. Epic Tight Pants, make sure that your friends do. Make sure you do. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I love you all. I will see you literally next month where we do the weekly and then I don't know what else. But we'll figure it out. Peace.